and proper persons tests and can even force owners to give up their stake in a club, which for certain supporters might be a welcome relief. It's likely good news for the EFL. The tension between them and the Premier League over a fair financial deal has been increasing in recent years. As it stands, talks have broken down. The Premier League backed out of recent negotiations, but the regulator will have the power to force through a deal, meaning more money for clubs lower down the pyramid. Now, this might sound simple, but in reality there's concerns this will open a legal can of worms, which could result in messy court cases involving the Premier League and the regulator. Parachute payments will be brought under the control of the regulator too. If they reduce them, it could mean a wider variety of clubs securing promotion to the top flight, but critics reckon it'll just mean the gap between the Premier League and EFL actually widens, as promoted clubs won't get as much money, which should normally be used to buy better players so they can compete. And current Premier League clubs have said if there were no parachute payments, they'd actually invest less, which would harm the quality of the top flight. And if clubs don't invest, then you'll get exactly what the EFL don't want, which is the same 3 clubs going down every year. And remember when Cardiff's owners changed the club's colours and badge? Well, in future, fans will have to approve any major changes to their club's heritage. Now, that might all sound great, but do we really need it? Some say the downfall of Reading and Bury is an exception, not the rule. So as a whole, the most successful footballing pyramid in world football doesn't need regulation. They say it scares investors who can help grow the game. If those investors go elsewhere, well, the Premier League may no longer be the destination for the best players in the world. And others, well, they just don't trust politicians to appoint truly independent people to regulate our game.
Good morning, coming up to 5 minutes past 6 o'clock Wednesday morning. How are we? This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Alongside me, Alistair Murdoch McCoist.
How are you, my pal?
I'm good. I tuned over. I didn't know what to watch, and I heard you at the Chelsea game.
Average game, mate.
And I thought I might as well watch the other one then. You can tell me Chelsea, I'll tell about Liverpool.
Well, my conversation is going to be quite quick and painless. Average.
Well, by the way,
average game, mate.
I watched the first 10 minutes and I thought Chelsea got a problem here.
Well,
I thought Benfica were good.
They were, mate. They were. Benfica had the better chances. Chelsea had the vast majority of possession. Really struggling for an out-and-out number 9. Tyreek George played through the middle, felt a little bit for him that couldn't get into the game. Tell you who played well, I thought Pedro Neto played really well on the right hand side.
Yeah, he did a shot out, the cut inside on left foot.
Cucurella did away fine. But apart from that, I mean, they definitely the better chances Benfica with it being really good either themselves, do you know what I mean? Not a great game, mate.
No. The Champions League was back on talkSPORT.
I want to rotate, but sometimes I...
Jose back at Benfica. Now he's back at the bridge.
They belong to my history and I belong to their history.
High delivery, Garnacho. Oh, it's in for an own goal. Chelsea lead. Chelsea 1, Benfica 0.
Bodo Glimt 2, Spurs 0. A shocking night for Spurs. How unlucky can they get? Bodo Glimt 2, Spurs 2. Keeper kicks it out straight into the midriff of Richarlison.
The last team to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool in a group stage game in the Champions League was Atalanta back in November 2020. It's Osimhen against Alisson. Right-footed, right down the middle. Alisson dived past it, and Galatasaray lead.
We thought this might be a tough ask for Liverpool going here.
For me, it was a different loss than the one we had against Palace.
There was to be no late show in Istanbul, and Galatasaray, who were hammered 5-1 on the opening night of the Champions League, beat Liverpool by 1-0.
Yes, that's right. Jose's return to Chelsea, and the big reception he got. It was great.
Oh, marvellous.
Yeah, it was one. It was great. And then I heard your voice. I thought, right, I'll slip over to the other one. But Chelsea finished an eventful 1-0 defeat. Jose, an eventful 1-0 defeat to his old club Chelsea, which saw Pedro sent off, and of course, Jose a yellow card. Tottenham came from 2 down to draw 2-2 with Bodo Glimt in the Arctic Circle. They're 2-0 down, weren't they? And Liverpool were beaten for the second time in a week as Galatasaray ran out 1-0 winners thanks to an Osimhen first half penalty in what was a bear pit of a stadium in Istanbul. The noise was unbelievable, Ali.
That is great, isn't it?
Slot criticised Galatasaray for time wasting after the game and also addressed why he rotated the team. And this is the big question. Why did he rotate so much?
It's not always that I want to rotate, but sometimes I just need to because a player is not ready to play 3 times 90 minutes in 7 or 8 days. Because as much I like my squad so much, but we don't have 25, 26. So if we end up with 2, 3 or 4 injuries, 15 or 16 players, where Rio and Trey or one of these two are 50 or 16, need to play almost all the minutes, and then things can become complicated. So, but this is a decision we've made together. I completely believe in this, because if you have 25, it's very hard to manage your squad. But as a result of that, with Hugo, Alex, Connor, McAllister not having the preseason as a player should have, that also results in the fact that I cannot play them every time.
It's an interesting one, Ali, because again, defensively, looked shaky. They were getting cut open too many times, Liverpool.
I know. It's funny because I think forward areas are unbelievable, but I agree with you. They're just a little bit of concern defensive. I mean, they'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. I just don't actually think they've got going yet to anything like the...
No, like goals have kept them in it, haven't they? You know, they've shown character.
Yeah.
But last night was horrible. The noise, every time they got it, the boos, the whistles.
Was it really?
Oh. I mean, it was incredible.
Incredible.
Amazing, and you look at Galatasaray, their record, Champions League at home was pants.
I know.
So I really didn't see that coming last night.
I saw the highlight. I was watching the highlights when I was coming back. I saw the penalty. And I saw fella in the left position. A wee look coming in off the left, looked a bit lively as well. But Liverpool fine. I think that's the reason he's got his squad the way he has, Alan. He will rest 1 or 2, and he's still not happy with the full fitness of 1 or 2 of his players. But listen, I saw enough. I've seen enough for him to know. I thought the first 25 minutes against Atletico Madrid and probably the same period of time in the Derby game, they were absolutely excellent. Excellent. But it's just finding that level of consistency for longer periods in the game.
Well, I understand what you're saying about, you can't play three games in a week with the same 11, right? I understand that. But they've got a good squad, Liverpool. As you say, they'll come back. But the weekends in the Premiership...
Chelsea.
Ooh. Also, you look at Arsenal, big result. Look at Man City. You know, this is going to be interesting.
Between the three of them, isn't it? You agreeing with that?
I was going to say between the two, but I'm now beginning to think City are going to come. I thought maybe it was Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yeah.
I
can't lie.
I'm discounting Chelsea, but I would not discount City.
No, I'm with you. But when we do our predictions at the start of the season, I went for Liverpool, but I've been impressed with Arsenal. Funnily enough, I had a strong feeling for Arsenal even after they lost the game up at Anfield 1-0 with a brilliant free kick.
Yeah.
I just think defensively they might be the best out the lot of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Talk about defence, the Chunk and Dino, the boys discussed the new look Liverpool squad with the signings. This was last night on talkSPORT.
Isak, Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, they are going to come good, 100%. The back, I'm not so sure about. Frimpong, Kirkes, Kanate, that doesn't look like an improvement from what they've had in the past.
I'm not saying this after the event either. I said it to you off the air. Who's the best passer of the ball, arguably, in the world? Trent. Do you think Salah's going to miss him? Because obviously a lot of Salah's service come from disguised passes that he was on the same wavelength as Trent.
Yeah.
A lot of his... How did he keep getting in behind people? Because Trent would say, like, before I've even got the ball, start running. And
Frimpong seems like someone who wants to run with the ball. Do you know what I mean? He's like a marauding fullback. Trent was more of a football player who would like to assist Salah.
And both fullbacks...
feels like that's kind of gone out of their team. But
yeah, you're right. Both fullbacks tonight had opportunities to pick people out in the box and didn't.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Kanate, he had a shaky start, then he came good, a lot better, but last night, in that cauldron last night, he was struggling.
You know something? I'm just wondering now, right? I'm just wondering with all the talent they've brought in, and they've brought in talent. I think Jamie makes a good point there defensively. Kirkes hasn't really got going yet. Frimpong's a good player, but I mean Trent going forward was as good as any, if not one of the best in the world.
Before, Ali, that sometimes you get someone so good going forward in set pieces, corners, free kicks.
Oh, Trent was amazing at that. And all we kept moaning about was how he was defensively.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, he's not that bad a defender.
Correct.
He's not a great
No, you're
defender.
absolutely right. Instead of us talking about his qualities, which we did to a certain degree, probably a lot of times we focused on the things he wasn't brilliant at.
Yeah,
but my point I'm trying to make is, you look at Ekitike, Wirtz, all of them, all the players that they've brought in. Do you know the one? It might be the one that they never brought in that will cost them.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've just written them down there.
That might be the one that...
And why is Osimhen? Look, it was a penalty last night, and he missed a couple of chances, but he still got that threat. Why did no Premiership? Why did no Premiership?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. See, a couple of years back when he was at Napoli, I went bang, going and got him immediately. I mean, I didn't see enough of the game last night, obviously being at Chelsea, but he still looks a handful.
I tell you what did happen. Alisson made a save, and you could see right away he was grimacing. So Arne Slot confirmed that Alisson would be out for Saturday's game against Chelsea after going off in the second half. How much of a blow is that?
That's a blow, mate.
It is a blow.
I'll tell you right now, that's a blow. I mean, I think he's the best keeper out of a lot of them, to tell you the gospel truth. I really do. So that would be a blow. I think the goalkeeper and Van Dijk are two really key players that they can't do without. Obviously, Salah's out of this world, one of the best players on the planet. I get that. I just think we're speaking about how important they are defensively. I think Van Dijk and the goalkeeper are vital for them all. Vital.
Yeah. Coming up, we've got some great guests. Dame Laura Davis will touch on.
Brilliant.
Ali and I were up at Glen Eagles.
What a day we had up there.
I sat there by that fire on my phone.
Never moved.
For about 9 hours watching the golf.
Magic, wasn't it, mate?
People kept saying, "You all right?" I went, I'm fine. Leave me alone. I'm fine.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
So Dame Laura.
We get caught nice as you like. We went to the Oasis. We went to the Oasis concert on Sunday night. And they've got a video of me watching the golf on the phone at the
Oh, I don't blame you, by the way. Just quickly, because we'll break. Do you know what? Shane, the bottle he showed to sink that putt was magic, Lowry. But also, people forget Aubert.
He was the only one that won.
He won his game. Aubert, if he doesn't win that, we were in trouble.
And
well done,
we get the break as well with a half point with Hovland been injured.
Yeah, of course we did.
That was a little bit of a break.
Yeah. Oh, it was panic stations. I'm having a bet, right? And I'm like, whoa. At the start of it, what is going on here?
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh.
Do you think the lads maybe, it's difficult, isn't it? Do you think the lads maybe went over the top a wee bit in the celebrations?
I think they celebrated, but I wouldn't have thought too much. You know, there'll be some who wouldn't celebrate. I just think the Yanks started finding the bottom of the hole.
Well,
as in putting. Because, you know, if you look at the American scores, first 2 days, they weren't bad.
I know.
We were just putting better.
Correct.
It suddenly changed around.
Good point.
On the Sunday.
Good point, mate.
Okay, we're back in the tick. 6:16.
of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music.
By the way,
mate.
90 years old today, Julie Andrews.
Isn't that amazing? Mate, I'm going to tell you something. I can remember my wee mum, God bless her, take me to the pictures in East Kilbride to see that.
Yeah.
Now, here's my question for you. I know you've got it. Can you name a family?
Von Trapp.
Brilliant.
Von Trapp.
You always get there, don't you?
Von Trapp.
That's the Von Trapp family.
But
what a movie. Edel. We're having a few today. We're gonna...
Well, if we can do, yeah. Edelweiss.
Edelweiss.
You know, it's just, you know, even now I'll watch bits of it.
Oh, I'm ashamed, mate.
And I was thinking, my grandkids, I know they're into different things.
You've got to sit down and watch it with them.
Yeah.
You've got to sit down and watch it with them, mate.
I mean, our very own Mary Poppins has just...
Mary Poppins has just walked in the door there. How you doing, Mary?
My name actually is Mary. My name is Mary.
No, it's not.
My middle name is Mary.
And you just popped in?
Yeah, I've just popped in. Very good.
What you got in that bag? Hold on, look at that bag she's got.
What?
One of them
Bag? What are you talking about?
She's got a computer.
To help you.
Oh dear.
How are you?
I'm very well. Mary Poppins. Still laughing at that. Yeah, I'm very well. How are you?
Very well. Was it Chelsea last night? I watched a bit of. He watched the Galatasaray Liverpool game. Did you watch it yourself?
Yes, I do. I tried to do like the first half at least because then I'm a
really
3 a.m. start.
Oh man.
So yeah, I try and flip.
Alan went at 3 this morning. Right, here we go. It's time for the back pages.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
In case you missed it, it's Julie Andrews' 90th birthday today.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't just play that, would we?
That's why we're playing that.
Yeah.
Do you know something? I bet the listeners are out there saying there's no way those two madmen like Sound of Music and Julie Andrews.
Oh yeah.
You've got to see, you've got granddaughters, haven't you?
Yeah.
In particular, you've got to sit down and watch that with them.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I'm not sure about Dick Van Dyke's, the other one, Mary Poppins, his accent. Oh dear.
Well,
He's still alive as well.
I like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah. Oh, of course it was.
took me to see that as well.
Yeah, but
Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Bang Bang,
Julie wasn't
Chitty Bang
in
Bang,
that.
Chitty Bang Bang.
She wasn't in that, Julie.
I didn't say she was.
No, you
Dick Van Dyke was in it. Oh, you pretty little bang bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you.
I used to have a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car.
So did I.
Came out, did you?
And I got the Dalek and all.
So what do you have then, Mary? Did you?
What am I going to be called Mary now?
Did you have a Barbie or did you have a Ken?
Is it in a car?
No. What toys when you were young?
Oh, toys. I had lots of Beanie Babies.
Did you?
Yeah. My dad used to travel a lot, and every time he used to come back, he used to give me a new Beanie Baby. No. So I've got over 100. Yes, I've got a lot. Yeah, I've kept them all, yeah.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So my little niece is enjoying
it. Travelling salesman or something, your old man?
Yeah. He was a travelling security salesman, yes.
Was he really?
Yes, he went everywhere, so I got a little teddy every time. So, right, should we do some of the back pages, shall we?
Go on, Julie.
Okay, Julie, Mary, Katie, all of it. Right, so the back pages. So lots of Champions League reaction following the results last night. Also a story on William Saliba speaking about why he didn't go to Real Madrid because he feels as though he's got unfinished business at Arsenal, wants to deliver them a trophy. That's after he signed a 5-year deal at Arsenal. And then
exactly what the Arsenal fans want to hear.
Oh, exactly.
I'm not sure how true it is.
And then Craig Gaughan, recalled by Scotland, age of 42.
Same age as me, Craig.
Would he have a slip disc or something in his neck? Something like that he had. He was out for ages.
Can't remember. Well, he did really well.
Well,
he was
Daily Ranger, that'll tell you.
He was finished. He came into training. He did a lot of his rehab was with Stevie Walker, their physio. And when he was really, really struggling, I think at the point he came back up from Sunderland, and I was talking, he wouldn't play again and all that stuff. To fair play to him.
Yeah. So he's back, but I'm going to start with the Champions League reaction because Turkey's stuffing is in the mail. Do you like that one? Liverpool's defeat to Galatasaray.
Yes. They deserved it, I think, Galatasaray.
Yeah, and it could have been more than 1-0, couldn't it? Special 1-0. After Jose Mourinho's Benfica lost to his former side, Chelsea.
Great reception he got, by the way.
Really nice, actually. Really nice. Rightfully so.
Is he growing a wee tash? Did I notice a little bit of
really?
Bobby's top lip? Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm looking at photos now. I don't know if you can call that a tash.
There's something different about Josie.
Okay.
His father wore that one, is it not?
No. No, he doesn't walk with 12.
And then I think my favourite headline of the day in the Daily Star, no way, Jose. After, obviously, he...
It's a funny game, you know.
Yeah, so you were there. So what was your main takeaway then?
Do you know something? I mean, Chelsea had the vast majority of possession, but shame on you. Benfica had actually better chances with it. You know, with it being brilliant, they created a few chances, particularly down the first 10 minutes down the left hand side and down the right hand side. But a bit worried. Chelsea were okay and tidy enough possession, but didn't create an awful lot.
Ali, would I be right in saying they just sometimes looked not one pace? That's the wrong word, but I thought Benfica had more energy in midfield.
Yeah.
And then I flipped over because you were doing it.
Yeah.
I thought, well.
Watch another one.
Aye. Well, no, there's no point in us watching the same game, is there?
Yeah, that's very true. On to this story about William Saliba, speaking about why he didn't go to Real Madrid because he feels as though he's got unfinished business at Arsenal, wants to deliver them a trophy after signing a 5-year deal. If you were playing right now, Ali, and you had Arsenal and Real Madrid on the table, who would you choose?
It's amazing. Do you know that? Right now, as a team, Arsenal.
Would you?
Aye, I would.
I think Williams' nose is like the child catcher out of Chitty Bang Bang.
You think he's telling fibs?
I think he's telling porkies.
Well, but wait a minute, I'll tell you why I don't think he's telling fibs. Because I think Arsenal are a better team. I know we can argue about the size of the club, and Real Madrid's got as big a pool, if not the biggest pool in world football. But watched Real Madrid get turned over by Atletico Madrid, and watched Arsenal beat them home and away last year. I mean, the obvious thing was who's got a better chance of winning the Champions League this year?
Yeah.
I would suggest Arsenal probably have.
Ooh.
I would.
Big shout.
I know.
That is a big shout.
I know.
And you just think because they're more of a team, more togetherness, more joined up, and that's the difference.
I know they've Mbappe got another 2 or 3 last night, and they've got absolute quality. But I mean, Atletico Madrid dismantled them. 5, wasn't it?
By the way, Harry was in the goals again.
2. Watched him.
Brilliant.
He's unbelievable.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Just finally on Craig Gordon, if we have...
Oh, good luck. By the way, he's been a great career.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Gunny's going to play, isn't he?
Well...
His cover or not?
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Gunny's going to play.
You would think so. Do you know something? Delighted for him. But does it tell us where we are at this moment in time with young Scottish goalkeepers? Probably tells you more about that than it tells you about the longevity of Craig, which is fantastic. Do you know what I mean?
That's an interesting one though, Katie. Right, we're back with Katie a little bit later on. Thanks, Katie. A look at today's back pages with Tesco Mobile for Business. Next up, did Kerat nearly bloody the nose of Real Madrid? What? More on that in a tick.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
pads are a footballer's best friend. Even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there actually any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads for a century. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. His Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this kind of protection was pretty important for footballers. And so, in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says they must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, even though there have been calls for it to be changed. But for now, that's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Come on. Go on then, let the nation know. What are you laughing at?
This is from Loco. His dog in Cirencester, wherever it is.
Where?
You want?
Pull yourself together.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Cirencester.
Wherever it is, right? Where is Cirencester anyway, right? Gloucestershire.
Yeah, Cheltenham, you numped.
Anyway, he wants to know if the Von Trapp family went to your school.
Well, we did have a good music teacher, but they said they weren't good enough.
Brilliant. There you go, Loco. Oh, magic.
Yeah, I hope that dog's taking you for a walk, by the way. Right, talkSPORT breakfast with me and Ali. Our good friends at Arnold Clark get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. A bit of Coldplay with Yellow there, which we're playing because it's a colour that Everton, Kiernan, Dewsbury Hall has been seeing far too much this season. By the way, joke decision. Do you see it? 50-50. Joke decision. No, it was a 50-50.
Kind of mind that one.
It was at the weekend. Just gone. Was it? When was it?
Oh, I saw it.
Absolute joke.
I saw
might
it.
as well just
I saw it.
Tackling.
Yeah, terrible.
Might as well.
Terrible.
He misses the next game. You might as well just cancel tackling in football.
You know something? Even Pedro's sending off last night in the last minute.
I didn't see him.
His foot's high. Yes, it is. And the ball's saying his foot's too high. But there's a minute to go. He doesn't touch the boy. The boy goes down holding his face and he gives him another yellow card and sends him off. I don't know. But you're right. That one at the weekend is...
Oh, but what I would say is he's suspended for the weekend. He's picked up 5 bookings in the first 6 games.
Yeah.
But that... I can't recall the other 5, but that one the other day was just a joke. An absolute joke. 2 of those were very questionable. And he took to Twitter yesterday to write, this is what he says, forgive me, please, if I'm wrong. And I might be, but some of these decisions are so hard to take, it's mind-boggling. We are with you, by the way. Totally with you there.
Correct.
Disgrace. Now the Champions League is back, which means it's time to run through some of the things you might have missed in a bit of this.
The other head kick is an unbelievable goal from Gareth Bale. God, I love the Champions League. PSG, finally, European champions.
Belting atmosphere. It's absolutely the sort of atmosphere you want to feel in a big Champions League night.
A new era for Champions League football.
Every match matters. It's talkSPORT in the Champions League. It's Kevin's Hatch of the day.
Yes, that time of the week where we dive into some of the stories from last night's Champions League that might have gone under the radar. We're joined by European football expert Kevin Hatchard for Hatch of the Day. Morning, Kev.
Morning, Kev. How are you, mate?
Morning, guys. Very well, very well.
The goal machines were back again, Harry. And let's start with Mbappe.
Yeah, he's been razor sharp, I think, since the start of the season, and he got a hat-trick in a 5-0 win at Kairat. He scored in all but one of his games for Real Madrid and France this season. He's got 13 goals for Real already. And, yes, some of them have been penalties, but he also had one where there was a long clearance from Courtois and he raced onto it, completely outpaced the Kairat defence and scored. Now, I know people will look at this, and I know there was a debate yesterday about should Paphos be in it, should Kairat be in it, but I mean, what an incredible moment for Kairat and for Kazakh football, because to have got to this stage, to be hosting Real Madrid, same with Paphos taking on Bayern. You know, these are enormous achievements, and they're there on merit. You know, they've come through qualifying, they've knocked teams out, they've come through several rounds. This is what the competition's all about. And Karabakh won at Benfica on match day 1. So, you know, they're not necessarily the mugs that maybe they're made out to be.
And Kev, tell me, mate, sorry, just a quick one, Paul. When I'm looking at Real Madrid, Mbappe's on fire. He's playing heck of a well. His goals are flying in. Was the result in the derby game not just a wee bit of a wake-up call for everybody, including Real Madrid?
Yeah, it was a huge wake-up call, because I think the narrative had been that Xabi Alonso was building something slowly and was getting his team together. But I thought what was really interesting was that he compromised on his lineup at the Metropolitano, because he put Jude Bellingham in there probably too early. And I understand why, because obviously he's a top player. But he moved the pieces around to make that happen. Mastantuono has been playing very well, got sacrificed. And even though Arda Güler played well, he's been playing in a deeper role. He got moved around. And so there was some errors there. And they just weren't good enough, is the truth of it. Atleti was superb from the get-go. Fully deserved the win. Julian Alvarez, outstanding.
Flying.
And, yeah, I think it was a wake-up call, but they've still got big problems defensively. Dean Howson, who I like a lot, got absolutely monstered by Sørloth in the air.
Did he really?
And, big problems there. So that's the first big test they've had, and they failed it quite badly.
Harry Kane, a couple, and Bayern looked very, very good. Nicholas Jackson scoring. And also, for me, this was an eye-opener. De Zerbi ball working well at Marseille. What a good result they had.
Yeah, they were tremendous. 4-0 winners against Ajax. And I commentated on their first game, actually, the one at Real Madrid, and I thought they played really well. I thought they probably deserved something out of that game. Ended up losing to a fairly dodgy penalty, is the truth of it. And he's got, you know, Igor Paixão's perfect for De Zerbi ball, because he wants speedy players who will get in behind, and that's what Paixão was able to do against Ajax. And also Aubameyang's playing really well. He's looked really, really fit and sharp since coming back for a second spell to Marseille. And they beat PSG recently. And if he can keep a lid on his temper, and that's a massive if in neon letters as high as you could possibly see it, then they've got a shot of doing something this season. Maybe not winning Liga, but certainly making a forward step.
Well, that Marseille result, I'm just looking tonight at City to go to Monaco, and normally I'd say, they'll be all right there, but I don't know. You know, it's an interesting game now. You know, with Monaco, they'll look at Marseille's result and think we can get a result.
Yeah, but the only thing I would say, I think Monaco got a going over in Bruges in the first game 4-1. I'm not.
They got beat last night, didn't they, Bruges? Yeah.
I'm not sure just how strong they are. Kev, what about that mention the Belgians here? Union Saint-Gilloise as against Newcastle.
I don't know them, Ali.
We're sitting top.
Yeah. Have they changed their name?
No. They're sitting, okay, will be a better place to tell us in Indy. But I mean, they're sitting top of the league, 6 points. And I actually think they play Bruges at the weekend as well. But they're going well, mate, aren't they?
Yeah, going really well. And they've been knocking on the door for a few years now in terms of winning the Belgian title. And they finally did it last season. It was the first league title since 1935. So really big step for them. Tony Bloom's involved. So it won't surprise you to learn that they're good at identifying top young talent and bringing it in. And they've got some firepower. Promise David's a really good striker. Kevin Rodriguez is a bit of a wild card. He's been scoring goals in the league as well. What really stood out to me from the game at PSV, which they won their opening game, was the fact that even at 2-0 up, they kept on pushing for goals. They didn't dig in. Sebastian Pocognoli, who used to play in English football, he's their coach, and he might be the next kind of rising coaching star. I was kind of idly thinking, what would happen if Hutzler left Brighton at some stage? Yeah. Would Pocognoli be one of the ones they would think about? So he's
Tony Bloom, everything he touches, he's got the Midas touch. Whether it be
it's
poker,
the algorithm.
Whether it be poker, whether it be flat racing, jump racing, Brighton, and now this Union St. Galais, or Galois, whatever you call it. You know, he's a mathematician as well, as you say, the algorithm. Very, very clever man.
Yeah, and, you know, it's all levels as well. I mean, you look at it's recruitment. It's, you know, as soon as a coach goes, they've got a list of coaches ready to replace them. They're ahead of the curve, and that's the key. A lot of clubs are reactive.
Okay, Kev, thank you
Kev,
very
enjoy
much.
tonight, mate.
There you go, Kevin.
Cheers,
Hatcher,
guys.
bring us right. We're going to be looking back on one of the sporting moments of the year. Trust me, we will. 6:45.
wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favourite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favourite things.
Happy birthday, Julie. 90 years old.
Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, yeah.
What a voice. She's fabulous. Fabulous.
What was I going to say? By the way, talking about wonderful, how wonderful was Glen Eagles?
Oh, mate. Didn't we just...
With a big charity bash at Glen Eagles.
Yeah.
It was just magic, wasn't it? People flew up from England.
Fabulous.
People come down from Aberdeen, come up from Glasgow, come up from Edinburgh.
And do you know what helped?
What a place.
Yeah, it's superb. And the weather was brilliant as well, which helps out, didn't it? All the way around that golf course, not a hint of rain. In fact, sun was out. Beautiful course.
Do you want to tell the nation again for the 17th time that Edinburgh schools, Glasgow schools, John Hewitt got 6 and you got 3?
Aberdeen schools.
Oh, sorry.
Aberdeen schools.
Yeah. You got 6 and you got 3.
Lanarkshire schools. They beat us 6-3 and we got a 9 between us. Huh? And he was there. And he was in brilliant form, Johnny. Great to see him. Terry as well, his
I
pal.
saw him for breakfast the next morning, but didn't he see you? Did you leave early?
I left early. I had football duties. I had football duties. Aye, watch your boys. But it was great, man. You've got to do it again, haven't you? You're going to do it again.
How nice. By the way, that...
But hey, before we get any further, what did I say to you? What?
Best breakfast.
Ever. Yeah. What about the breakfast?
Oh, you have that, you can't eat anything else.
Ever.
Yeah.
Nothing for the rest of the day. I'm not kidding.
But you know, they've got falcon displays, you got the hounds there, you got the walks, the trails.
But a falcon, they can't be.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Honestly, I promise you, if you get a chance, and anyone can use it, all the locals can use it, can't they?
Did you? Oh, you never did. When I said to you to try and get in that restaurant, did you?
Couldn't get in.
I know.
No, I couldn't get in. I was first down for a postponement.
Yeah. Andrew Fairley, man.
But I'll be honest with you,
God bless him.
I'm glad I didn't, because I was full, absolutely full.
We'd have loved that restaurant, Andrew Fairley. Yeah. We met the head chef in Portugal, actually. He was over with his family.
Well, Dame Laura's coming on. She'll know Glen Eagles well.
Oh, of course she will.
And the boys, you got to play in the Ryder Cup course as well, didn't you?
Brilliant it was.
And they want us to do it again next year, so we'll do that.
Good man.
Right, Talk Sport, Alan Brazil Ally McCoist. Right, what do we know this Wednesday morning? Liverpool manager Arne Slot says keeper Alisson will miss the game. It was a strange one. He went down to his right and you could see him grimace. It was either a groin or maybe a hamstring. He'll miss the game against Chelsea on Saturday after the Brazilian was injured against Galatasaray last night. Liverpool losing 1-0 with a second defeat in a week. Woo! Jose Mourinho returned to the bridge, ended in defeat thanks to first half own goal. Jose saw a yellow card for dissent. Would you believe it? And after the game...
Wait a minute, before we get any further... That was poor.
I listened to the commentary. You were right. Man. What?
It's Jose getting booked.
Oh, really? Right. I thought you meant the goal, because the goal, at first you couldn't do anything about it, and then you looked at it again and said, oh, he could have done a bit better, couldn't he?
I thought.
Yeah.
I thought when he initially, when he come back, when he's going to help him, but he should have.
But one good thing about the Chelsea fans, they love Jose. They give him a great reception, and Jose spoke about his relationship with the Chelsea fans after the game.
Yeah, but I don't feed myself with these memories. I feed myself with victories and results. Of course, I thank them. I did it on the pitch. Of course, I was focused on the game, but you have always a little bit of the sound. And of course, I thank them. You know, I live around, and when I am in London, I meet them every day on the streets. I know that is going to be a relation forever. Hopefully I come back here in 20 years with my grandkids, and they belong to my history and I belong to their history.
He lives over there, doesn't he, Chelsea? He's got a beautiful house over there. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Jose.
So am I. Great reception, well deserved, and he was at the dugout a couple of times. Actually, when it got a bit heated, I think Fernandes went over and gave the Benfica fans a wave, and I don't think they were just as appreciative to see him as he was to see them. And he was out calming the fans down and all that stuff. He was great.
So what about the City on the Seven Hills? It's been an awful start to the season for the City of Sheffield. Wednesday, unfortunately, in a complete mess. Shocking, talking about players not paid again for the 5th time in the last 7 months and sit in the bottom 3. It could be a strike there. talkSPORT understands a strike could still be on the horizon. And Sheffield United have won just 1 game out of 8 to start the season. Chris Wilder returned to the club for the 3rd time, but hasn't quite had the impact many thought he would have done so far. Hold on, give him a chance. Another defeat last night for the Blades, and Wilder was even sent off for kicking the ball into the crowd. So to try help us understand a bit better what on earth is going on in Sheffield, Chief Football Writer at the Yorkshire Post, Stuart Rayner, joins us now. Stuart, a very good morning.
Good morning, Stuart.
Morning, lads.
So, Stuart, Leeds doing all right, but Sheffield at the moment, it's a mourning, crikey. And poor Chris, I think it was accidental, wasn't it? It was deemed accidental, booting the ball and hitting a fan, but it's not good, especially at Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Wednesday is the bigger concern of the two, because Sheffield United, it's a bad footballing situation. Sheffield Wednesday, it's worse than that. It's the future of a football club, isn't it? But and I think the fact that both are struggling, you know, it's worse for the other one. You know that Sheffield United fans see Sheffield Wednesday in such a mess, and they're still not above them, sort of thing. I guess the Wednesday fans have got bigger things to worry about than bragging rights right now.
What about the players, though? You know,
there was something else.
Getting paid again.
There was obviously the story about the players not getting paid, but there was something else. I think Jeff said yesterday. Stuart, you maybe to help to enlighten us. Was there a payment meant to be made on the stadium by the owners? Yesterday, I had to be paid by a certain time. I don't know what it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, it was that. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not very transparent at Wednesday. There's not very much communication with the supporters, which obviously adds to the frustration. But clearly, there's been lots of sort of loans and things behind the scenes to try and sort of cover this problem and kick the can down the road. And it just feels like time is running out on Dave Chansiri, who sort of built up this really, it seems, quite sort of complicated financial issues behind the scenes, where he's been able to juggle one thing from the next to just get to the next payday, and it does seem as though he's sort of running out of road in that respect.
Do you know what? It's tight, this championship. We keep talking about it. Borough drawn with Stoke last night. Stoke had a good start though, but 0-0. Borough at the top. And as you say, you look down the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday, more points than United, and not far, a couple of wins gets them halfway up the table. So the strike, are the PFA involved big, or are they letting them try and sort this out themselves? Because the players start going on strike, and you can't blame them. They're not, they've got bills to pay, mortgages to pay, and stuff like that. We're not talking Premiership up the top here. Is it a possibility this could happen, Stuart?
Yeah, it seems like it's something they're thinking about. I mean, I think they're kind of at the situation now. The fans have done all sorts of different things to try and protest against the ownership. There's a limit to what the players can do, and I guess they're in a situation where I'm sure they don't want to strike, but beyond Barry Bannon coming on here and talking to you guys and a few other podcasts, there's not really been that much they've been able to do, and I think they have to think very carefully about it, because even missing a couple of training sessions is going to affect their footballing side, and they quite rightly take a lot of pride in the fact that they're showing fight at the moment, so they need to give themselves the best chance, but at the same time they don't want to just sit there and accept their fate, I suppose.
No, it's not fair, and the fans as well. Stuart, thank you. There you
Thanks
go, Yorkshire Post, Stuart Rayner
there.
Barry came on, I don't know if you were on.
Great to be, man, isn't he?
He was great, and he explained, but he was in the dark as well, Barry Bannon.
Of course he was. He's been fabulous, so he's handled that whole thing.
Right, we're going to be looking back at one of the sporting moments of the year. I don't know, listen, it was incredible. I couldn't believe what was happening on the Sunday. Dame Laura Davis was out in New York for the Ryder Cup and be with us at 7:30. As I left Glasgow Airport, someone arrived just from New York, got off Martin Gilbert from Aberdeen.
Martin, did you?
Yeah, Martin. I meant to tell him John Hewitt was up there, and he'd just come back and he just said, amazing. It was amazing.
Where did you meet him?
In the airport.
Brilliant.
Flew into Glasgow from New York. So Dame Laura was out in New York for the Ryder Cup and will be with us around 7:30 this morning. We're going to be joined by the man refusing to get a haircut until United win 5 games in a row. Crikey. It's already been more than 12 months. You look like Hagrid. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarx Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarx.
Corinthian Casuals are a team in the Combined Counties League Premier Division South. Despite that, they're one of the most important clubs in world football. Here's why. The club was formed in 1939 as the result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, a man called Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped that most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money. But instead of entering the league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. And it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil. And the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed, they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest football teams in Brazil. Now, they were global superstars, and despite not being professional, Corinthians drew in the crowds. Everybody wanted to play them, everybody wanted to watch them. So much so, they regularly played the winners of the FA Cup in what eventually became the Community Shield, winning most of the time. They actually inflicted Manchester United's worst defeat, 11-3, a record which still stands to this day. Now, fast forward to today, Corinthian Casuals still don't pay their staff or players. The ethos of sportsmanship is still at the heart of everything that they do. And even though they're a side in the lower leagues, If you make the trip to King George's Field in Tolworth just off the A3, you'll most likely bump into Brazilian Corinthians fans who often make the pilgrimage across the globe just to watch their founding team play.
Okay, 4 minutes after 7 o'clock, talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Alan Brazil, Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. On the way for you this morning, here we go. Golf Hall of Famer member Dame Laura Davis will tell us just how bad the crowd really were over in New York during the Ryder Cup. But by the way, what Rory's magnificence this year and then the Ryder Cup, it takes some beating, doesn't it?
Right, I mean,
it was just, I couldn't.
Rory was, but they were all brilliant. To a man, they were brilliant.
No, but I meant Rory's achievement before the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
You know, that was dramatic, but the Ryder Cup, those 3 days were Justin.
Justin Rose, man.
Brilliant.
I love him.
He's 45.
He's fantastic. He's a captain in the making. They'll probably look on another go at it. Yeah.
And they could take on Tiger Woods, but we'll hear from Dame Laura about that.
Yeah.
Well done, Ober, as well, getting that
big
win.
Point for his part.
That
massive
was massive. And Shane, pressure as well. It was like you could talk all day about it. It was brilliant. The crowd, what? Tank, former Arsenal and Man City striker Paul Dickov will build up to a big night for both these sides on talkSPORT tonight. We'll ask former Barcelona midfielder Ronald de Boer if Marcus Rashford has become a new crowd favourite at the Nou Camp. By the way, there's some great games tonight, and I mean great games, Ali. Very quickly, let Newcastle take on Union Saint, but Arsenal and Olympiacos should be a home win.
Barcelona PSG.
Barca PSG.
By the way, there's 2 great games. Leverkusen PSV.
Yeah.
Dortmund Athletic Club. Monaco City.
Yeah.
Napoli
Sporting. And Villarreal Juventus. Brilliant.
Games, great games.
Ali, we'll learn exactly what it takes to grow out your hair for 12 months with a man who's refusing to get his hair cut until United win 5 games in a row. For all that, Liverpool have hit a wee bump on the road in the Champions League.
And the full-time whistle has gone, and Liverpool have suffered back-to-back defeats after their imperious start to the season. There was to be no late show in Istanbul, and Galatasaray, who were hammered 5-1 on the opening night of the Champions League, beat Liverpool by a 1-0 through Victor Osimhen's penalty.
Yeah, 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. I don't know, Liverpool. Everyone has blips, don't they? But they've not exactly been fantastic.
They haven't.
You know, with the late goals and of maybe not camouflage. I don't want to talk Liverpool down because they're still the team to beat.
Yeah.
But, Arnie will be thinking, I've got to get cracking here. We've got to go on a run.
I don't think they've played anything like their full potential. The games I was at, I've got to say, I thought for 30 minutes they were tremendous against Atletico Madrid and Everton at home. And then both the opposition come back into it.
Well, they go at the Bridge on the weekend.
What a game that is now.
Where are you this weekend?
Weekend off, mate.
Oh, really?
I'll be watching the boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Algarve living against...
No, I'm going away the following week after that. I'm having a few days off. But the weekend I will be taking in... See, I love it. I'll probably take in about 3 or 4 games at the weekend just for the kids.
Up to the Loch?
Oh, no, I don't think I'll have time, but there's an idea. Depending what the weather's like.
Right, Chelsea. Are they going to make it 3 defeats in a row, Chelsea?
I just look at Chelsea and I'm far from impressed, to be brutally honest. They won the game last night. A lot of possession mentioned to you.
Will Liverpool's midfield be too good for Chelsea?
I don't know, is the answer to that question, because Chelsea's midfield can play. On their day, you can argue they're as good as anything. Whether it's Caicedo and Fernandes, who was playing one forward last night. I'll be leaning towards Liverpool. But Chelsea at home, I think Chelsea at home, they beat them 3-1 towards the end of the season last year. So, but it's a big game. I tell you right now, particularly Chelsea, if they've got any hopes, title hopes, can't be losing that one, mate.
No.
And that's saying, what is it?
What about, Arnie's saying he had to change it a wee bit. He can't keep playing the same 11. What about Wirtz? He came here with a huge reputation. For me, he's not done it just yet.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
He struggled a wee bit, let's be honest.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think they look... he's a good player. Of that, there is no doubt. I saw him opening game. I think it was Community Shield. Him and Ekitike bonded quite well. You could see there's a relationship to be formed there. But neither's Kerkez, to be honest with you. I thought Kerkez did okay. I think it was at the Derby game, he did fine. But he hasn't really hit the ground running.
No.
Frimpong either, I'm not so sure. Ekitiki's the one... I know he gets sent off.
I like
yeah.
him.
I think he's the one more than most. It'd be interesting for Liverpool fans. I think he's the one more than most that's hit the ground running. But listen, they've got top players.
Well, no Salah last night, no Isak, no McAllister.
Yeah.
There's 3 great players.
There's 3 players. Right now, Al, if Liverpool are playing in a league decider, a cup final tomorrow, 3 of them start. You know what I mean? Isak's on the bench, Salah's on the bench, McAllister on the bench.
He's had a chance, by the way. He came on, through ball. He just came off his shin, but he had a half a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes they fly in the net.
He did all right, though, didn't he? Who's the one? It was Yilmaz on the left-hand side that they... No, a bigger... Yeah, it was. It was Yilmaz I saw coming in off the left-hand side when I was watching the highlights. He looked a bit lively.
By the way, from Galatasaray point of view, their record at home, I don't understand it because I thought it was a fortress. The noise last night was incredible. But the record at home was pants before that Liverpool.
Generally speaking, it's
Liverpool.
It's always been a really tough place, and the atmosphere can be very, very intimidating. That's one of their strengths. But was it Graham? Remember Graham lifted the flag up?
Tell me how was that Galatasaray Fenerbahce?
Yes, I think so.
And he was Fenerbahce, wasn't he?
No, I think he was Galatasaray.
Galatasaray with Dino.
Yeah, and I think he picked the flag up.
And plonked it in the middle at Fenerbahce. Oh, dear. That takes some... he's either mad or,
Oh, aye. Brilliant. I think he'd still be looking over his shoulder now if he went back there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick one. We touched on it earlier with the owners, Tony Bloom. Hearts, top of the table.
Doing well, mate. Doing really well. Derek's doing exceptionally well. I know, I'm his pal, but he's an excellent manager, excellent coach, knows his way particularly about Scottish football. They'll do all right. And I'll tell you why.
All right, or better than all right. Could they not win it?
Well, we saw Aberdeen last year. And I don't think Hearts will do an Aberdeen by any stretch of the imagination.
What a start they had as well, Aberdeen.
Aberdeen won the first 12 and then drew at Celtic Park as well, I think, and then absolutely crumbled. Hearts won't do that. The thing that Hearts have got going for them, right, and I hope they take this the right way, Rangers and Celtic, I think, are poor.
Or average.
Average. Aye. I may be sticking with poor, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And Hearts are better than they've been in a while. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, You know, definitely interesting to see how it plays out. I think Hearts have got Celtic a couple of times in the next 4 or 5 weeks. So that'll be very, very interesting. But in terms of a challenge, right now it looks as though it's going to be Hearts, although Rangers obviously got a late winner at Livingston on Sunday now.
Yeah. Chelsea scraped past Jose's Benfica last night, 1-0. They did receive another red card, though, making it 3 in the last 4. Boss Enzo Maresca was asked if he was concerned about the amount of red cards his side are conceding.
I always like to see 1v1. I think Newcastle and Flamengo red card, they were for bad action. Then Sanchez is not for bad action, it's just because he wants to defend the goal. Chalobah is because he wants to defend the goal. And tonight I think the second yellow card, Joao not even touch the other player, but the dynamic of the action is dangerous one. So for me personally, there is not any concern or any issue in behind. It's just a moment that probably you need to take a different reason and avoid, for instance, Robert foul after 2-3 minutes, or even the other day against Brighton, 15 minutes, we were 1-0 up. Sometimes it's better to concede the goal or the chance, because then it's 11-11, you have 40 more minutes. So for me personally, there is not any problem behind.
Oh, it's a killer, isn't it, when you're down?
I know, but he's right. He's right what he's saying. I mean, the red cards are... yeah.
Well, the Dewsbury Hall yellow was just a joke.
Yeah, that was a joke. But I mean, you look at last night. He's right what he says. Pedro's lifted his boot high. He's nowhere near the boy. The goalkeeper comes out. He's late in a tackle. I think these things can happen. I don't think it's a recurring thing that I'm going to have a problem with. I think it's just things that can happen.
Did you make? I meant to ask you, because obviously I'm not on me Monday, Tuesday, but the Pope, the penalty, Gyökeres, where were you with that one?
Absolute stonewall penalty.
Well, see, the way I look at it, right, I know the game has changed. I know his big toe might have got the ball, but if that was in midfield and you win the ball, but you collide with the player, you can still get a yellow or a red, can't you? It's still a foul.
But I don't think he wins the ball. I think the centre forward plays it off. I think it's a penalty. And I'll tell you what my big problem with it. I'm glad you brought this up, right? The busy so-and-so in VAR, right, calls the referee over.
Yeah.
And then doesn't call the referee over for Newcastle's goal, right, for a slight shove. Now, before Newcastle fans take great umbrage here, that is a goal all day, right? But if the VAR are going to be consistent, if he thinks there's a touch with the goalkeeper,
have a look at it.
He should also have a look at the slight nudge by the big centre forward, which incidentally should count. It's a goal all day in my book. Goal all day, but it's also a penalty. I
should look at it. All right. Coming up 7:15, plenty to come here on the Sports Breakfast. Democracy.
I don't know who sang it here, but
Serge and Jane Birkin.
Well done.
This was banned. Why not the BBC banned this?
Why?
Because well, you hear it in a minute. Maintenant.
Or that part.
It doesn't mean we're going to the library now, does it? Hey? talkSPORT breakfast with Ali Maintenant McCoist.
Maintenant.
A bit of je t'aime and mon plus there, but why are we playing it? Well, it's been revealed in the papers this morning that Erling Haaland and his partner, built their relationship by playing the video game Minecraft. I'm sure you're wondering what on earth that is, Ali. So let me explain. I have no idea what it is.
No, please explain.
Minecraft is a blocky.
Oh, I know what Minecraft is.
World game where players can explore infinite worlds.
A lot of nonsense.
Infinite worlds. Excuse me. Right. So let me read it again because I have no idea about this. Minecraft is a blocky open world game where players can explore infinite worlds, gather resources, and build anything they can achieve. Achieve from simple shelters to complex mechanical devices. I'm still clueless. What does that mean?
The kids were into Minecraft years ago.
Years ago?
Aye. It's I don't know. Is it like Lego on a computer?
I doubt it.
Yeah, it's a question for you. Is it like Lego on a computer? Aye.
So where's the music come from then?
No idea.
Where's the connection?
Well, the connection is, if you've read it, Erling Haaland and his partner build their relationship by playing Minecraft. So they have a bit of Maintenant.
I thought we were going to have a bit of spice there.
Well, they have. They clearly have a bit of Maintenant during Minecraft.
Oh dear. How did you and wee Viv build your relationship? Playing Cluedo or something?
No, it wasn't. Playing Clueless.
Do you play video games?
No, man.
Nor me. No.
Dude, I don't even play FIFA or anything like that.
No, I wouldn't know what to do.
No, that's clearly an age thing with you or I. But the young team, the wee man loves that FIFA. He plays
Space Invaders, remember that?
Remember that? Remember the other one? Remember the planes used to come down, Galacticans or something?
Not really, no.
Oh, the planes, they spin off and you'd blast away at them, and then they send in the really quick ones. They were worth 800 points.
Really?
Oh, they were. I remember that. There was Space Invaders. We used to go up. I remember Jack and I used to go up. There's a Space Invader machine up in the Greenhouse pub, and whenever I used to get in the pub, we used to sneak in a wee bit and play the Space Invaders.
You know, I've lost my glasses, my new glasses. Well, I had to have my eyes tested, right? And it's amazing these machines they've got now, Ali.
I know.
Right? And I've got one eye, my left eye, up against the screen. There's a wee dot, and every time there's a flashing light,
you have to press a button.
He called me Stevie Wonder after one of them.
Listen, were both eyes the same though?
No, my left one's brilliant, my right one's not so good.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
But then I done it again. I took a second one. He said 98%. Now you're all right. You're fine. But what they can do is look in the back of your eyes and tell you, you know, because that can sometimes alert there's an illness or something.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Well, I'm beginning.
You can tell.
He reckons my back of my eyes are fine.
I've heard stories, right? This is no joke. I've heard stories. There was a woman in a Zoom call for America, her pal, right? I'm going to give you a half-batting story here, but I'm telling you right now, there was a woman in America on the phone to her pal, a Zoom call with her, and the daughter came into the Zoom call, bum, bum, bum. And the girl in America says, you better get your daughter seen to, because she saw something in her eye. And sure enough, I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you.
So
and
no machine, it was just...
yes, you could see it. I don't know whether it was the size of her pupil or what it was. And sure enough, poor wee girl went to the hospital and they had a problem.
She's gone.
And got it nailed, got it sorted.
Oh.
Got it sorted. No. Got it. It was a happy ending. I don't tell sad stories. It was a happy ending. But you can tell when you look into people's eyes. It's amazing.
I like the way you said happy ending with a smile there. Right, on to the football, and Tottenham survived an almighty scare up in the Arctic against Norwegian minnows Bodo Glimt. They'd been there before last season, hadn't they? They rescued a 2-2 draw after being 2-0 down after a side competing in the Champions League for the very first time. Let's find out if Tottenham fans are also pleased with what they saw against Bodo, as we're joined now by host of The Last Word on Spurs podcast, Ricky Sachs. Ricky, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, chaps. How are you both?
Oh, good,
excellent, Ricky.
Ricky, what about Spurs' start to the season so far? Are you happy?
Well, we've only had 2 defeats so far in the Super Cup final, and of course Bournemouth at home. I think Frank is still finding his way, if I'll be honest with you, chaps, at the moment, in terms of his best side, and I think also to some degree as well. I think he's also trying to find his way into playing 2 games a week, which, to be fair, I think at Brentford, although his record there wasn't great, I think at Tottenham, having to manage Premier League to Champions League and that adaptation, I think he's still working it out, guys. I do think the squad he's working with at Tottenham to some degree, I think level of it wise, I think still needs to be improved. I think you have to bear in mind he's got no Maddison, no Kulusevski, no Mawani, no Solanke. So his options would be very, very different, or maybe potentially another night, or potentially, again, when he looks at what the start of the season might have been if he had those players available to him. So the way I'd say it, guys, for me is work in progress, but definitely my concern would be in the last few games that the style of football would worry some of the natives.
Really? It's funny that, Rick. I've got to say, it's amazing, Rick. I'm listening to that. I saw the 2 opening games of the season, and I thought, aye, here we go. Really impressive. Really impressive Super Cup. Equally impressive up at the Etihad against Manchester City.
Unbelievable. Very,
very impressive. But you've mentioned the players, and you're well within your rights to mention those players, because I think they're key players. But I think you've got to keep Van de Ven fit. But I'm still a little bit concerned in the centre forward position, Ricky, in terms of your goal return. What do you think? Is that unfair of me?
No, I don't think it's unfair at all. It's not unfair at all. And look, again, I will reiterate that point. At the moment, we've got Richarlison up front, where I don't mean this disrespectfully. I think we might get more out of it if Al was up there, to be honest with you. It's just at the moment with Richarlison, he's such a frustrating player that how can you have a guy that produces a wonderful bicycle kick that wins you a football match?
Yeah.
And then you come to a point like last night where he can't even get the ball trapped under his feet. So, like I said, at the moment for Frank, I feel for him because I look at his actual forward line at Brentford that he had, and it's probably at a higher level than what he's working with at Tottenham right now.
Good point.
But at the same time, Frank is there to find solutions. And we've said this a lot on last week on Spurs, that it's going to be interesting to see how Frank does cope with these upcoming run of games, because the reality is he's not at Brentford anymore. So there's a lot more exposure when you're the Spurs boss, and you can get away with drawing 1-1 at home to Wolves and not being a big issue. But when you're a Tottenham boss, it's a lot different. The reaction, even from the papers and from obviously you guys as well, you're expected to win those kind of games. So look, no one's saying that we're in a crisis mode at the moment, but I'd be lying to you if I said that you would feel a little bit underwhelmed by certainly the last 2 or 3 performances. The good thing is we're not playing well, and we are picking up points, which normally is a good sign of a good team. But you do worry, is it resilience or is it luck? That would be my biggest concern at the moment.
Yeah, well, the next half a dozen games will tell us that. Ricky, thank you. And talking about that, Ricky, this game coming up at the weekend, Leeds away.
What's a game?
You know it's going to be a great game, but it's a game that Tottenham shouldn't lose. Newly promoted Leeds play with a lot of spirit, pass the ball well, but Spurs, they can go to City and win, they can go to Ellen Road and win, surely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but they'll be faced with a completely different team in terms of you go to the Etihad, you've got a fair idea that City are getting a lot of possession, you can maybe hit them in the counter-attack. Leeds will come flying out at you. I thought Leeds were unlucky not getting a victory against Bournemouth, lost a late goal. I think that's a great game at the weekend. We're obviously talking about Chelsea, Liverpool, but some great games at the weekend. Leeds, Spurs, we won.
Ricky's right there with Richarlison. I can't make him out. I can't. It can be brilliant.
Oh, but that sums him up. Ricky's spot on there.
You
throw in an overhead kick, and then 2 minutes later, you don't know what you're getting.
No. Okay, we're going to talk Ryder Cup coming up in a moment with Dame Laura Davis. What a few days we witnessed. It was magnificent. Coming up at 7:30.
What football ground are you thinking of when someone says this?
Really tough place to go. Difficult place to go. Such a tough place to go.
It's a tough place to go at the moment.
It was a really difficult place to go.
But what are the toughest places to go, really? We've had a look. Forget a cold, wet Tuesday night in Stoke. Try a blizzard 220 miles inside the Arctic Circle. When Chelsea lost at Tromsø in Norway in the Cup Winners' Cup, a massive snowstorm hit at half-time. These two boys and their brooms were absolutely no match for it. We're staying in Scandinavia for Scotland's toughest away day on the side of a cliff in the Faroe Islands in Euro 2000 qualifying. The pitch at Toftir was like a cow field, never mind those gale force winds. The Faroe Islands part-timers equalised in stoppage time. Cue Scandi scenes. But away trips don't come tougher than playing Bolivia at altitude in La Paz. Or so we thought. The Bolivians have now taken home advantage to another level, literally 500 metres further up the Andes to the country's highest city, El Alto, 4,100 metres above sea level. Meanwhile, the loudest stadium in world football officially is the Ali Sami Yen, where Galatasaray fans set a world record of 131 decibels. That's louder than Motorhead. But our most intimidating away day is in Wales. Prison team HMP Prescoed was briefly kicked out the Gwent League over concerns about young opposition having to go in there. Now that's a tough place to go.
Okay, 25 minutes to 8 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with me and Ally McCoist and our friends at Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Just flying out of Glasgow the other day, Ali, I was amazed how big Arnold Clark is now. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, it's massive. I think the do they're having next week. I've hosted up there a couple of times, but they're having it in a different garage, I think.
Are they?
The one out, where is it? Out kind of Uddingston kind of way.
All right.
That kind of way.
But there might be a lovely family. My driver was telling me that they had a big party where we were up there for Glen Eagles.
Great.
And there was a big celebration, he said, but a real nice family.
Doing really well.
Anyway, let's turn our attention to an unforgettable weekend out in the Big Apple in New York. The battering at Bethpage, the Larapin on Long Island, the Nobbling in New York. Luke Donald's men made history, becoming only the 5th European team to win an away Ryder Cup on US soil. Throughout the tournament, Rory McIlroy and a few others were subject to a horrific amount of abuse from idiots, from moronic American fans or New York fans. Yeah, that didn't waver his concentration as he brought home 3 points for Team Europe. Let's bring in golf legend who was out there, Dame Laura Davis, for more. Dame Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Dame Laura. How are you?
Yeah, very well. Morning, Ali. Morning, Alan.
Oh, do you know what? I must have sat there, and people must have thought there was something wrong with me, Laura, because I just couldn't stop watching. It was magnificent. I was up at Glen Eagles, and I sat by the fire with my phone. I sat there for 8.5 hours.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, it looked like it was going to be a cakewalk on Sunday morning, and all of a sudden we're worried, where are we going to scrap those last half points from? And it really was. Fair play to the Americans. They came back really strong, but the hard work was put in during the foursomes and the four balls, and right result in the end. But I must admit, in the commentary box, sat there with Ewan and Nick towards the end, we keep looking at the screens thinking, where's that coming from? And eventually it came, so that was good.
Laura, the coverage was fantastic. It really was. It was brilliant. I'm going to ask you, what is it, right? Because you looked at it beforehand and you think right away, rightly or wrongly, I'm looking at our team and it's a team. I can see right away the boys are all together, backroom staff, everything. And you always, I don't know whether I'm a little bit biased, but I've always got a nagging doubt whether the American team are as together as our team, right? But then I look at the results in the four balls and the foursomes, and sometimes it indicates that.
Yeah. Without a doubt, it's the thing is, the European boys come together. It's natural. The Americans talk about what a great time we're having, what a great week this is, and anytime you're talking about that, you know, you're kind of making it up. That was always my impression, and certainly in New York, the same thing happened. And you know, Keegan Bradley tried to be a good captain, but some of his decision making didn't help the team. You have to say, some of the pairings he put out. But yeah, they just don't seem united like the European boys. And what Luke did to get them all together, and you know, all the backroom staff, all the family, everyone was important. It didn't matter if it was Rory McIlroy or, you know, people making sure all the players, they were all treated as one, and that's how you get a result like you got, because quite extraordinary. The galleries were horrible at best.
Yeah,
there was so many. We'll come to that, Laura, but there were so many points that were turning points, like Rose when he went through the green up against the fencing, and then Bradley got involved in it. I'm not having it, and they were arguing, and somehow he gets up and down, and then he wins the next one. That was amazing. Oberg, people seem to forget it was all about Shane, wasn't it, with that unbelievable putt on the last.
Yeah.
But Oberg winning his game was vital, and Tyrrell Hatton as well. He came in with a nice little half point. So there were so many talking points. Fitzpatrick was magnificent.
Yeah.
Rory was fantastic. Tommy Fleetwood. It was masterful. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I tell you what.
It was amazing, and those points you've just brought out. The fact that
Sorry, I've lost you there, Laura. Hopefully we'll get you back.
If you'd have said,
go on.
Yes, yeah. I'm just saying. That shot you were talking about, the Justin Rose shot, just wasn't possible. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Radar was down there. I spoke to him afterwards, and he said it's just not possible to hit the shot he hit. You can tell by Radar's voice. It was one of the most extraordinary shots, and at the time it was so necessary, because that's when it appeared that we were struggling to find points. But Ludwig, you can't speak. The only man to get a blue point on the board on Sunday, you just wouldn't write it. You wouldn't read it. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah,
Laura, tell me, you mentioned the pressure on both captains is absolutely incredible. But you mentioned Keegan Bradley, maybe making one or two mistakes with his selections. Was his biggest mistake not picking himself?
Yeah, well, I think his biggest mistake was not getting it. He should have played, but not as a captain.
Yeah.
I think being a playing captain is beyond. The Ryder Cup's too big now to do that. So what should have happened about 6 months ago? But then, from Keegan's point of view, if all of a sudden he gives the captaincy away and he doesn't get in the team because the new captain doesn't pick him, then he's in trouble on both ends of it. So I think he did the right thing for himself, but the fact he wasn't part of that 12-man team was unbelievable, really, because you need your 12 best players if you're going to take the Europeans on, because it was a difficult decision for Keegan, I have to say, but I think he should have given that captaincy up a while ago.
Yeah. Laura, we mentioned the crowd there. Look, not all American golfers are like that, or fans of American golf, but New York seems to be, it's horrible. They have a few drinks and some of their mouse on them, unbelievable. Maybe the next Ryder Cup in America, or the next few, they bypass New York and go somewhere else. Would that be a little lesson to teach them?
Yeah, without a doubt. It was built up and we all thought it would happen, but I don't think we realised the levels some of those, I'll call them idiots, because they were idiots, would go to. And let's face it, it was a minority. It always is the minority that cause all the biggest problems. But some of the things they were saying to our players, especially Rory was singled out by them. They obviously thought, if we can get to Rory, we've got a chance. Well, that backfired on them right royally, because every time they abused him, he hit another great shot. And it's like he said, wasn't it, in the press conference afterwards, the American fans were there to jeer us, whereas they should have been there to cheer the Americans on, and they got it all wrong. And all they did was wind our boys up. And normally with top sports people, you wind them up long enough, they're going to punish you, and that's what the European boys did, especially Shane and Rory.
Oh, they were pumped up, weren't they? Just one last one, Laura. Who's been the golfer of the year? This is difficult because Scotty really struggled. He beat Rory in the final day. Of course, he'd have won. But would you give it to the golfer of the year, Scotty or Rory?
I'll have to go with Rory because, being a member of that Grand Slam club, that's something hopefully for Scotty one day he'll do. And I think he would accept that to get into that very limited club. I think there's only 7 of them now. Quite extraordinary. Scotty's had another incredible year. He's incredible, but his Ryder Cup performance is inexplicable, to be honest with you. But great years for both of them. But Rory, you've got to give him the nod because his leadership in the Ryder Cup that just caps it for me.
Yeah.
Look, just a quick one, Laura. I know we've got to go a break. I do apologise. 2 years' time, who's the captain for us?
Luke Donald.
That'll do for 100%. me. That'll do for me.
And I think that's the JP's course, isn't it? Adair Manor?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
yeah, it's going to be a cracking week, the Irish fans. And I'd be surprised if Luke doesn't do it because Barty asked him, will you be captain? And if he wasn't going to do it, he'd have said no straight away. But he said, I want to enjoy tonight and think about it. But I'd be surprised.
Laura, I said to the boys yesterday morning, I said, we taught them, we showed them how to play golf at the weekend. In 2 years' time, we'll show them how to watch golf as well.
Exactly. Well said, Alan. Sorry, Ali. Well said.
Dame Laura, thank you.
Great to see
Great coverage. Really loved it. Thank you very much. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Unbeatable.
So there's one for 2 years' time. We've got to get the word into JP and try and get out there.
100%. Let's get booked now.
Be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Well, we enjoyed.
Well, we did Rome, didn't we?
We did. We enjoyed Rome. So let's get it in now.
Right, coming up 7:45 on talkSPORT. Champions League again, of course, and there's some crackers tonight.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
11 minutes before 8 o'clock. Alan McCoist with me. Time now to take a look at today's top headlines thanks to Movember. Crikey.
Get ready with Movember on talkSPORT. The moustache is calling. Grow and mow, raise funds, save lives. Sign up now at Movember.com.
Yeah, it was a mixed bag last night in the Champions League for the English sides. Chelsea won, Tottenham drew, and Liverpool went down 1-0. In the Championship, Demarai Gray's 99th minute equaliser preserved Birmingham City's long unbeaten home run and denied troubled Sheffield Wednesday victory. Also, 7th defeat in 8 league games for Sheffield United, so Sheffield clubs at the moment really struggling. Ahead of Manchester City's trip to Monaco in the Champions League, on talkSPORT 2 tonight, Pep was asked if people are understanding his side this season.
I want the players believe that they are good. I don't care. I could not care less what the people say about things. So we are favourites during 9 years every time. When I'm sitting here in the press conference, when I arrived 1 decade ago from Bayern Munich, and the people start to think you have to win the Champions League, we are favourites, and we don't win. So that doesn't count anything. It's how you do in the field. We'll be favourites if we play good. We will be favourites if we, step by step, every game we are better and better. That is the step we have to do, and still we have had the feeling margin to improve. And in that moment, of course, we are a little bit incognito to know what's going to happen, but we are there. So last season we were in the verge to don't be in this competition. Still, every time I play this competition this season, I remember that, and I talk about with my people. So we could not be here. We could be in Europa League or we could be out. And being here is try to, do it better than last season. And tomorrow is an important step, to make a good round.
I really honestly believe City are going to be up there. I do.
Why wouldn't they be? I know what you're saying. They went on that run last year, which was really disappointing. But they get through it. And when they did get through it, their form's been really, really good since then, to tell you the truth. I mean, I looked at them. I was a wee bit concerned when I saw them in the home defeat against
Spurs.
Yeah, and then the loss was it done at Brighton.
Well, they are a bit fragile at the back still. That's what they've got to sort out, I believe. They've got Foden back now, haven't they? And Phil
the centre forward's looking as good as he's ever looked.
Yeah, absolutely. Just it's a case of getting the ball, getting the service.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
There's no doubt about it. And then City, City could be pushing for the Premiership and a Champions League, semi-final. No danger.
The players have got the squad, haven't they?
And Pep's not daft. He'll be hurting, by the way. You know what he's like. He's sitting there, and he's had to take some bad results, then, hasn't he? And they must baffle him,
Well, you and I were talking earlier on. I think that we're effectively saying, in our opinion, it's between 3 teams, the title. That'd be correct.
Yeah, I think so. I think Chelsea will just slip back. But Arsenal, Liverpool, or Liverpool, Arsenal, City, there's 3 there, and I think any one of the 3 can win it.
I agree with that.
And I think Arsenal, the way things are at this very moment,
I like to look at it.
Arsenal might be favourites.
I like to look at Arsenal.
Probably not with the bookies, but I've got,
I think they will be. I think they might be favourites, because you look at the defeat Liverpool had at the weekend. It's amazing, isn't it? How quickly it can change, Alan. You think about it. 90, whatever it was, minutes. It's 1 each at Newcastle. They get the winner, Arsenal. Yeah. And equally, the flip side of the coin, Palace scored in about the 97th minute to beat Liverpool. All changes. It's amazing.
I was watching a little bit of my boys last night at Ipswich, and down at Bristol City.
How they been getting on?
Well, they were losing 1-0, came back 1-1, 10 points. Still favourites with the books, whereas Middlesbrough are top with 18, and Borough, I think, did they play tonight? Or no, they drew last night.
Drew Stoke. Chelsea good result for Stoke again.
Well, Stoke have done well this year, haven't they? Because they were struggling. We've got a couple of Stokies here, and they're very happy. But I hope the bookies have got it right again, because I just can't see Ipswich.
You seem to have a little bit of a nagging doubt in your tone there, Al.
No, I have. I just, you sell your best 2 players, and your favourites to win it. I can't see it, mate. I can't. Anyway, right, coming up 7:53. What was I going to say to you? That was a look at our top headlines. Thanks to Movember. I can't believe it's 1st of November.
Hold on, mate.
Sign that now at Movember.com.
Get ready with Movember on talkSPORT. Grow moustache, raise funds, save lives, and change the face of men's health. Sign up now at Movember.com.
Okay, right. A bit of Willow Smith and Whip My Hair there. We're playing it because John is now someone who will have longer hair than, well, by most people in the next few years, unless United get the finger out. A year ago, the Manchester United Strand's Frank Eilert refused to get a haircut until United won 5 games in a row. Safe to say they've not got that close yet. They're yet to win even back-to-back games in that time. Crikey. We're joined now by Frank himself. Frank, a very, very good morning.
Frank, good morning.
Good morning.
What? Oh, dear me, I've just got a look at you there, Frank. That barnet of yours.
Frank, there's a couple of blackbirds nesting in there, and it's going to get worse, mate.
Seriously. You got to
tell us what's going on
here. What's the deal, Frank?
So I started a challenge last year of not cutting my hair until Man United win 5 games in a row. It was just something to do to kind of spread some humour and positivity in a bit of a difficult time for Man United fans. But yeah, I didn't expect it to go on quite as long as it has.
Well, talking about long, are you regretting it now, Frank? Because, crikey, your shampoo bill must be a fortune.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it has been a bit of a regret, I've got to say. But at the same time, I seem to have kind of brought together a bit of a positive community in the kind of football space. So, yeah, there's a silver lining there somewhere.
Frank, I'm sure you're as aware of it as we are. But it looks to me, mate, as though with the greatest respect, you're struggling to win 2 in a row. Do you think your dream of 5 in a row in the pipeline, do you think it could be a couple of seasons before that comes to fruition, mate?
Yeah, I have to say that when I started the challenge, it seemed a lot more realistic than it does now.
Well, you never know. A bit of luck and good fortune, suddenly the confidence comes flowing back. But 5 in a row, you're going to end up looking like Hagrid.
At least, yeah. Rapunzel, maybe.
What happened? Someone had a go at you, didn't they? A United fan in the concourse or something, did I read?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What was that about? Tell me, what did they say?
It was a bit of a weird situation, really. Yeah, I think that he probably misunderstood the reasons why I was doing it. I think he thought I was kind of poking fun at Man United, which was never the intention. I'm a Man United fan myself. So, yeah, I definitely want those wins. So, yeah, bit of a misunderstanding.
Absolutely, mate. I think I'll tell you right now what I think. I think it's brilliant. I think it's different. I think you're putting a smile on people's faces, and good on you for doing that, mate. But where do you see your 5 wins coming from? What do you think of the team at this moment in time? What's your problems with the team, mate?
Yes, it's not looking good, I've got to say. But yeah, no, there's a few positives. We're kind of up there, in the top teams for expected goals, the top teams for shots, and I feel like if a couple of those go in, we're having a very different conversation. So yeah, I'm trying to hang on to whatever I can.
Well, Tottenham are 4 points ahead of you? Tottenham in 4th, 11 points. United have got 7, so there's just 4 points in it.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm saying, looking at the table, Spurs are 4th from top with 11 points. Manchester United down in 14th with 7 points. So you're just 4 behind Spurs. So things can change. Obviously, you've got to win a couple of games.
It's still early in the
season,
change, I suppose. So, yeah, we need to just kind of keep going and, yeah, get some consistent form.
Are you a travelling fan as well, Frank, or just go to the home games?
I'm actually living in Spain at the moment, so it's a little bit more difficult than usual. But yeah, I do try and go to games when I can.
Whereabouts in Spain? Because, crikey, a ban like that.
I'm just thinking the heat with that ban
near
as
Valencia.
well.
This summer has been very, very hot. As you can see, it's kind of engulfing my face. So,
Frank, I don't know how you can get a sombrero on with a ban like that. I really don't. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think I could fit it on.
What is the dream, Frank, eventually? Is the dream a middle parting, or is it a complete skinhead? What's the hopes and aspirations?
I think complete buzz cut to start with, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
So someone at the 3 degrees, don't they?
Fantastic.
Frank, listen, it can all change. Good luck, pal.
Good
Keep
on
it
you,
going.
mate. You're putting a smile on a few faces, pal.
Absolutely.
Well done.
Cheers, man.
Frank Eilert there. 5 minutes. Huh? 5 in a row.
He looks about 6'7" there. He's only 5'2".
In Spain as well, still hot. It's still boiling there.
Imagine he goes on one of those bikes. He's no chance of getting a crash helmet on.
I tried that, didn't I, in France. In fact, this time of the year a few years ago, wasn't it, this time? When I was in Paris for the Arc. Oh, dear. I couldn't get one on. I think that was the size of my head, though. I didn't know they were in my hair.
I think the one you've got on's all right, huh?
Hello, get that baseball bat, hat. Let's see what you got on today. Right, we'll find out who is favourites for the Premiership and the Championship. Championship's wide open, isn't it, with Coral? And it's Arc weekend. Don't forget that if you're heading over. You might be going to Monaco to watch City and staying over for Paris, Longchamp, for the Arc at the weekend. Ronald de Boer coming up, former Barcelona midfielder and Rangers, of course. And Paul Dickov, former Arsenal and City striker. City head to Monaco. Coming up to 8 o'clock.
Football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krimbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players. The attitude towards the game, the attitudes from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
See, I like that music. That's far better than me down there in the one, isn't it? You don't think so?
Just when you taking, interest in her.
I nipped into the studio there, and I just kind of heard you enlightening the nation about sombreros. What did I miss there?
Well, there's some clever clogs that said, get it right, Brazil. Sombrero's South American, isn't it? We used to go to Spain as kids, didn't we? Come back by a wee donkey and that.
I would disagree with both of you.
Oh, hello. Mexico?
Yeah.
America?
I would say Central America. Mexico.
Yeah.
And sort of...
You think of the Alamo, aren't you?
You got to remember Mexicans.
No.
Caracas.
No, that is Spanish.
What do you call them again?
Yeah,
Maracas.
Yeah, that's Spanish.
Definitely.
Flamenco dancing, yes, you tube.
Flamenco dance in South America.
Away you go. I'm not having it. Spain. You go to Seville and places like that, Granada, flamenco.
Nah, start in South America.
No. talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil and Alan McCoist on the way for you this morning. We'll build up to another huge night of Champions League with Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City all in action. Ex-City striker Paul Dickoff will tell us whether they're ready to win again this season. You can give us a ring, you know the number, 03717 223344. Are the Arsenal set to take advantage of Liverpool's wee blip? Would you say that? And in the next half an hour, we'll be chatting to former Barcelona midfielder Ronald de Boer. Spicy game tonight against PSG. It's an absolute cracker. Don't miss that one. But now, it was all going so well for Liverpool. 5 wins from 5, top of the table. Happy days. Well, not anymore. A defeat on Saturday in the Premier League at Palace, which is not easy. And now another defeat last night, this time the Champions League away at Galatasaray.
Down the left-hand side of the area. Steps inside, but Szoboszlai says he went down for a penalty. It's been given. Galatasaray given a penalty as Yilmaz is clipped by Szoboszlai. It's Osimhen against Alisson. Right-footed, right down the middle. Alisson dived past it, and Galatasaray lead. Osimhen's breaking through. Osimhen saved by Alisson, one-on-one. Nodded down. Konate tries to get the volley away. Penalty given. And it's clear that Singo gets the first touch before Konate hits the bottom of his foot, and that's why the penalty has been chalked up. And the full-time whistle has gone, and Liverpool have suffered back-to-back defeats after their imperious start to the season. There was to be no late show in Istanbul. Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0.
Well, Ali was at the bridge last night, but I can tell you the noise was deafening at Galatasaray. Every time Liverpool, the whistles, the jeers was incredible. So Arnie rang the changes, which raised eyebrows. Salah, Isak, McAllister on the bench, while Frimpong started right wing back.
That was a strange one, was it not?
I'm trying to get my head around him. I think he's more a fullback, to be honest.
That's what I thought. Getting forward.
And Szoboszlai starting at right back. Is that a waste? Liverpool now face a difficult trip to Chelsea on Saturday evening, looking to avoid 3 defeats in the bounce for the first time as Liverpool manager. So is this just a blip or a full-on crisis looming? Let's ask Chief Daily Mail writer Dominic King exactly that. Dom, a very good morning.
Dom, good morning, mate. How you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen. Are we well?
Dom, very well. Dom, what I would suggest, that might be totally wrong, maybe there's a thought, I can make these changes, I can give people a rest, recover, and still win this match.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more nuanced than that. He's got in his mind last season when they started to run out of gas around February, March, and it cost them in that week when they lost against PSG at home, and then the Carabao Cup final. And I think if he could have a go at it again, he would have probably picked different sides and made it a bit fresher. I think he's looking at this early part of the season to try and get some minutes into legs. While I don't think this is the stage of the season where it's absolute high pressure. I mean, I know they lost last night. I don't think I'm taking a wild stab in the dark to say that Liverpool will finish in the top 24 of this group stage. A defeat last night isn't the end of the world. The one thing that was the issue, however, was the manner of the performance that I think was quite sobering.
All over or just at the back, Dom? Sorry, Alan. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just not clicking all over, Al. It's if you've been watching Liverpool closely all season, there's definitely been parts of games when it hasn't been right. There's definitely been moments when they've lacked rhythm and cohesion, and they've looked vulnerable. Obviously, the late goals have been a huge show of character, and it shows the quality that they've got to keep producing moments. But it's not right. I mean, I've written a piece for Mail Online this morning, and it's something Arne said to us on August the 7th. He was looking back at the run in pre-season, and he referenced the game that they played in Yokohama, and he said we gave far too many chances in that game. He said the thing that made us so good last season was the fact that we did not give chances away, never mind goals. And at the moment, they're giving chances and goals away. So he obviously seen this issue coming on as far back as August 7th, and it still needs correcting.
It's just going to be a matter of time, though, Dom, surely. I mean, I think I've seen him 3 times already this season. And what I would say is, particularly first 30 minutes, 35 minutes in the 2 home games against Atletico Madrid and Everton, I thought they were absolutely... I thought, here we go. They were fantastic. And then it was as if a button switched and they took their foot off the pedal, or what, the opposition certainly came into it. I think it's just a matter of time before they continue and are more consistent with their level of performance, surely, when you look at that squad.
I agree with you. I agree with you totally. Do you know what it is, Ali? We live in an age now, don't we, where you have to win every game, and you have to win every game 3-0 for people to be happy. There's no nuance to football anymore, where you look at things and say, well, it's only one game in the grand scheme, or 2 games. It's still September. It's not the business end of the season. They're still sort of finding the way. But we live in this sort of cycle now where you've got to be absolutely full on 10 out of 10 every week, otherwise somebody's complaining somewhere. It's not realistic. You two know better than anybody the rhythm of a football season and how long, the peaks and troughs that you go through. And look, there's other issues within the background that we've spoken about with Liverpool as the dealing with as a club. They've been through an unbelievable time, sadly, with what happened with Diogo Jota, and people are still finding the way for that. Look, I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm making the reminder of it because it's still there. People are still dealing with it. Of course. And there's bigger things in life at the moment. They've lost a couple of games, but let's not sort of think that everything's fallen down.
No, we're not. No, definitely not. I'm just looking at the weekend as well. Yeah. City go to Brentford. Liverpool go to Chelsea, big game, and Arsenal home with West Ham. Arsenal look a big danger. Just Dom, just on Liverpool, just to finish with. The new faces coming in. It's been a tough old start for one or two of them, hasn't it?
Oh yes, yeah. There's no getting away for that. I think I used the analogy with you before about Florian Wirtz. His first couple of games, he looked like a man trying to cross the motorway, because it's just happening so quickly for him. But I think he needs a moment. He needs a moment in a game. I think he's a brilliant player. You can see his quality; it stands out a mile. But he needs a moment in a game to just sort of quieten everyone down and say, look, he's getting used to it. Frimpong and Kirkaz, they are still they're still adjusting. For me, I'd have Andy Robertson at left back at the moment.
Sure would.
I just want to settle things down. I think he's got too much to offer. He's got too much nous, and he knows what's expected. I would have that change at the minute because there's too much going on, and particularly as well with this Alisson's injury is huge. Because Liverpool will cope without him, but they won't be as good without him. And that's no slight on Georgi Mamardashvili, who's a goalkeeper of immense promise. But I would have Andy Robertson back at Stamford Bridge, no doubt about it.
Dom, we'll speak later. Thank you, Dom.
See you, gents.
Read him in the mail, of course. Right. Up next, you're going to hear what happened when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had lost loads of weight, hasn't he?
Has he?
Caught up with talkSPORT's very own Darren Bent. Coming up at 21, talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan McCoist now. talkSPORT's drives, Dan and Ben sat down with Hollywood royalty, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Emily Blunt. All right, ahead of the release of their movie, The Smashing Machine, later this week. Emily Blunt, was she in? She's very, very good.
Yeah.
Very good actress.
Tremendous.
Hold on, did she not play Mary Poppins? New version.
You get Julie Andrews' Birthday in the Brain today.
I think she did. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. See, I'm not that stupid.
No.
I might look
By
at
the way, you're right about the flamenco.
Was it?
Andalucia.
Yeah, they see.
Andalucia or Andalusia?
Andalusia. No, Andalusia.
I love the way you just say it with real conviction and go, you'll believe this.
Now, the movie centres around the legendary MMA fighter and mountain of a man, Mark Kerr. So Benty asked The Rock just how much bigger he needed to get to play the role. I thought he'd lost weight. Here we go.
I read something somewhere as well for you, Dwayne, that you had to bulk up, which... Sorry, I find that really
it was really
difficult
funny.
to believe.
Benny being like,
that?
do you work out? You're going to have to. Like.
Yeah, I found that really difficult to believe. How hard is it for you to obviously change different weights for different roles?
Well, I've done that in the past, you know, a couple of pounds here, 5 or 10, you know, modulate the weight
This
up
was
and down.
massive,
This was
yeah.
bananas. Like, Benny came to me and we had a good laugh about it. He said, I don't know how to say this, and I don't know if you've ever been asked this, but you're going to have to get bigger. And I kind of laughed, but I knew he was right because
And then he
Mark
said,
Kerr
like,
was a
puffier.
Puffier, because Mark was a big guy, a lot bigger than I was back then. And he also had the challenge of putting on 30 pounds to play Mark Kerr is that Mark Kerr's muscle is a different kind of fast twitch fiber muscle that, you know, athletes out there and coaches, you know what I'm talking about with wrestlers, because, you know, it's that fast twitch movement. So I had to put on the weight and at the same time make sure that I still stayed agile and I had to move in the ring and in the cage. Yeah. That was hard, man. And that's a lot of weight to put on because Mark was so big in his traps and his back and his legs, you know, from all the takedowns and that movement that he would do. So that was hard to do, man.
What's going on here with Ben? His eyes are popping out. Is that... Well, let you say that.
Well, you've just done it. You've just done it. I think he was getting, I think that was the eyes. I think it was more her legs than his.
Oh, I do. I mean, by the way, I think he's lost weight, The Rock.
So do I. So was I. I was the same when I did my movie. They asked me.
Oh, with Bobby
Duval. They asked me to put on pounds. I just couldn't do it all.
What was that? Was that motorhome that you went? Was it help yourself? It was a breakfast like Glen Eagles. Right now, time for the latest odds with Coral's very own. Our very own Rock, Simon Clare.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Morning, Emily.
I'm just trying to be developing my fast twitch muscle for the last few years.
Well, you will be, won't you? You City Airport, or is it Heathrow onto Longchamp? Or you'll be taking the train.
Do you know I'm not going?
What?
To my eternal... I know.
No way.
You know this. Steve-O gets the Arc. I
Sure he
get the
does.
Breeders' Cup.
Oh, you both can go. Crikey.
I haven't been for a few years. It's a brilliant event, to be fair. Steve-O loves it, though. He loves heading out to Paris with his other half, or his wife, we should call her now, as he is married to her. It looks like a good race. You know, Steve-O's raving about it. Yeah, look, it's two great fillies at the head of the betting. Minnie Hawk, the unbeaten filly of Aidan O'Brien, she's 4-1. Aventure, second last year for France. And then three very good Japanese horses, Quadunor, Byzantine Dream, and Aloe Alil. Remember, the Japanese still searching, and they've been searching hard for their first ever Arc winner.
What about Byzantine Dream? This is Ocean Murphy, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, look, you could say this season, Oisin Murphy has been the standout jockey throughout. I mean, he's been brilliant. And, it sort of feels like maybe it's the script. Eventually, we know there's going to be a Japanese winner. I'm not sure it's the strongest Arc. Steve-O's saying it's a good Arc. I feel it's lacking maybe a sort of a Derby winner or a star, older horse. Kalpana of Andrew Baldings is 14-1. She hasn't won a race this year. She's the leading English host.
Second last time, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was second at Kempton. Probably a bit disappointing in a trial. She's got the Judd Monty colours on, and maybe she's being prepped for her big day at Longshot. But
the draw's got a lot to do with it, Simon. I think you got to wait for the draw before you have a fiver on.
I think you do. But it's a great day's racing on Sunday. We've got a lovely weekend to look forward to with obviously the football and then some friends.
It's a great Sunday. It's normally crisp blue sky, and you go from Longchamp to Montmartre, sit up there with a nice bottle of red. Oh yeah,
Simon. Equally good news, brilliant news. In fact, in front of the Post today, the ITV racing will continue to broadcast Britain's biggest meetings to terrestrial audience. Niall Sloan, ITV's Director of Sport, described the new deal as vital up to 2030. First thing you got to say is the coverage you guys give us is second to none. It's absolutely brilliant.
He's after another job on telly.
And this is great news. It's great news. And I mean, the cover
like a pitch for another bit of.
It's not, but you can't deny it. They cover it fantastically well.
Thank you, Steve. Well, let's head up to air races now. And Alan McCoist.
Next to Ed Chamberlain. Look, it is amazing, though. Look, but horse racing is blessed that it has more terrestrial coverage than any other sport. With most of football is on Sky, and most sport is on Sky these days, and yet because of the way, betting plays a role because of the advertising, etc. But Ed Chamberlain and the team do a really good job. I think it's 110 days racing. Most of it now on ITV1. It used to be a lot on ITV4, a bit on ITV1. So great news through till 2030. It's something in a world where everyone gets very down on themselves. That is great news for British racing.
Simon, give us the big three, the big English sides tonight in the Champions League. What sort of odds are we talking about?
Well, Newcastle are away to Union Saint-Gilloise, who are top of the Belgian Pro League, but Newcastle should. Well, it's always tough to go away. 5-2, the draw might tempt some. Even money Newcastle, 5-2, the Belgian side. Man City 4-9 away at AS Monaco, who have had a solid start in League 1, and Arsenal 1-6. That's the game I'm going to see Arsenal. Hopefully, I'll take my son up to Arsenal. He celebrated his 18th birthday. Happy birthday, Ollie, last week.
Oh, so, brilliant!
Give him a shout out. So Arsenal 1-6 tonight. I really hope we go out there and see them put up a good performance.
They should be fine, Simon. I'm going myself. I'm working at a game myself, which I'm looking forward to. I watched them
again.
Watched them at the weekend. Watched them at the weekend. Great victory up at Newcastle. I'm liking Arsenal just now, Simon.
They got some depth, haven't they? I mean, obviously, I was there actually as well on Sunday, and I was sitting in the stand. Actually, John Waterworth, an owner with Joe Tizard, Georgie, a big Newcastle fan, he kindly invited me. And so, as we approached the final minutes, we said to each other, "A draw's a fair result." We look forward to going for a little drink together. And then Gabrielle pops up. I just sit on my hands amongst all the despondency around me. But look, they've just got a bit more about them this season, maybe previous seasons. So I'm hopeful they could go on and land the title, which are now favourites.
You got a bit. Well, what about I was going to say, you got to be careful of that new Aston Martin. You've got the miles you'll be putting on it going to all these games. What about, Simon? How do we bet in the Premier League now? This has got to be a lot more open, isn't it? With Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City coming back in there.
They are, but I mean, funny enough, the victory of Arsenal at the weekend, obviously, with Liverpool getting beat, has seen a transformation in the betting, because Arsenal now 5-4 favourites, where once that was Liverpool a couple of 5 days ago. Liverpool are 7-4. City have shortened 9-2, and it looks like a 3-horse race. But for the first time this season, Arsenal have snuck ahead in the betting. So I'm hopeful they're going to stay there and on top.
It'd be interesting. Simon, listen,
enjoy tonight, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Enjoy it. Simon Clare there with Coral heading to watch the Arsenal with his son. So Steve-O gets to go to Longchamp. Simon gets the Breeders' Cup, which is a beauty as well.
Do you know what they should do? Alternate. I think so.
Yeah, I do. But Steve-O's, he'll be hand in hand, won't he? Come on, dear. Let's head down.
Marching down the Champs-Élysées.
Let me take you down Champs-Élysées. Yeah. Fancy a bit of the Eiffel Tower, darling?
Oh, yes, we have.
A couple of cocktails? Yeah, absolutely. He's a changed man when he's with her. But she's a lovely lady. Right, our thanks to Simon Clare and Coral. More sporting odds. Don't forget, daily download the Coral app. UK only, 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Right. The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
get its name? Just the thoughts of holes 11, 12 and 13 at Augusta National gives the likes of Rory McIlroy and Jordan Spieth the shivers. McIlroy hit 3 over and Spieth hit 4 over in their final rounds to blow their hopes of a green jacket in 2011 and 2016 respectively. But did you know Amen Corner's name is inspired by a jazz song from 1933? American sports writer Herbert Warren Wind, on the left here, wrote about it in 1958, referencing the song shouted in that Amen Corner when describing the run. Hole 11 is a par 4 over 520 yards with a green guarded by a pond and bunkers to the front edge. 12, perhaps golf's most famous hole, is a par 3 over just 155 yards. The green's guarded by Rays Creek at the front, more bunkers and azalea bushes ready to punish the smallest error. Then there's the 13th that teases the hook shot over the trees. It's a dogleg par 5 over 545 yards that's inviting for big hitters who want to reach the green in 2. If you want to win the Masters, you have to keep your score down around Amen Corner. So who'll be the next to fall victim to golf's most famous and most daunting challenge?
Okay, 25 minutes to 9 o'clock's flown by this morning, hasn't it?
Lovely.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electrical car or home charger. Right, the Ryder Cup. Wow. During the absolute carnage of Bethpage in New York, talkSPORT's Rupert Ding Dong Bell caught up with a very, very special guest.
Well, I'm so pleased to see Frankie.
How did you end up here, by the way?
Because I work for talkSPORT, Frankie. Well, Frankie, how did you end up here?
Anyway, I live in America at the moment, so I came to the Ryder Cup. So, by the way, it was Ally McCoist, talkSPORT birthday 2 days ago. Ali, happy birthday, and you know what? Amazing experience. Yeah. I would not miss it for the world.
I mean, did you think, though, at one moment we were going to get stuffed?
Honestly, this morning when I came in, I thought we're going to walk it, and then, oh my God.
Yeah, but they were amazing. The boys were amazing.
Squeaky bum.
Yeah, I think it was definitely squeaky bum. Are you coming over to France? Are you already where? Are you going to ride in the Ark?
No, I'm not going to ride in the Ark. I'm going to stay in America. I'm going to go to Keeneland. I'm going to be in the British Cup. So, I miss you all in England.
Well, Frankie, just lovely to see you again.
Thank you.
I'm glad you've had a great day. And thank you, Frankie.
Come on, Europe. We won it. We won it. Ole, ole.
Well, just a corporate hospitality there. Did he call Rupert Ollie there? Ollie Bell? I'm sure he did. I think wee Niall was in the crowd as well. I think I saw a picture of Niall on in there.
Oh, he'd be there. Niall would be there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Certainty he'd be there. No, it was great,
I don't
wasn't
know
it?
if Frankie was a golfer, though. Saying that, he's living out there now.
Obviously sport.
And the Breeders' Cup will be brilliant. And also we get the Champions Day coming up at Ascot. That's a great day, Ali.
When is that?
Ascot. When? Soon.
November?
Next few weeks.
November?
I should know.
I want to say it's November.
It'll be in the Racing Post, but it's soon.
Yeah.
That's a great meeting as well.
I'm sure it's November.
Right, coming up 22 minutes to 9 o'clock. Frankie, well, he's having a great time out there, isn't he? And doing brilliant in America as well, by the way. Right, it's time to look ahead to an absolute blockbuster in the Champions League tonight. What a game this is. Barcelona welcome Paris Saint-Germain to Catalonia, it'd be wrong to talk about this match without reminding ourselves of one of the greatest Champions League comebacks of all time. And you go back to 2017. Do you remember?
Neymar clipping it in, left-footed. Oh, Charles coming around the back. He scored. He's unbelievable. It is Sergi Roberto who's got the touch. Barcelona lead 6-1 on the night, 6-5 on aggregate. You will never see a European fight back like this again.
Whoa, were you at that game, Ali?
No, I wasn't. It was incredible, wasn't it? Wasn't it incredible?
I can't believe it. That's how long ago it was. 2017. Dear, oh dear, where's the time gone? Both teams had a hot start to the campaigns, each sitting in their respective leagues. To give us more, let's welcome in former Barcelona midfielder and Champions League winner with Ajax, Ronald de Boer joins us. Ronald, good morning, Ronald.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Ronald,
how are you, Ronald?
Before we go any further, Ronald, before we talk football, did you watch the golf at the weekend, my friend?
Yes, of course.
It's amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a close call because Henley missed 2 putts on the 17, on the 18, just a few inches. If that goes in, I don't know then, or?
I think you told me the last time you'd kind of given it up because you were playing regular, obviously, when you were over here. Have you been playing at all?
Yeah, lately again because it's quite good weather and we have always those months, those charity events. So yeah. I participate and I must say I'm playing okay. Yeah. Around handicap 9, 10.
You can't play golf in Holland. There's no hills. Hey.
We have beautiful courses here.
He knows his way around the golf course, does Ronald? I'll tell you.
So, Ronald, just back to Champions League now. The Ryder Cup was great, by the way, you're right. But Champions League, Barcelona, they look exciting. Yamal, what a player. What a player.
Did you see it last weekend when he came on?
No.
His first action? Unbelievable. What a difference, eh? I mean, this guy is unbelievable. 18 years old, and this, performing week in, week out is unbelievable.
Are people maybe talking about in the same breath, as a young player, a Cruyff, remember Cruyff when he was young as well? What a player.
They should do, because his numbers are unbelievable. I think they showed it last time. Messi probably didn't score at this age, maybe a goal. And what he's already showing and giving assists, giving goals, being important, being one of the best players in the Euros, etc. It's unbelievable. So where does this end? I don't know.
Ronald, I tell you, mate, one of my highlights of the season, last season, I was in Barcelona for the Inter Milan game. And in the first 45 minutes, his performance against DeMarco was absolutely breathtaking. And because it wasn't the new camp, it was the other stadium, our commentary position was actually on the 18-yard box that Inter Milan were defending. And his level of performance, mate, it was astounding.
It's funny that you say that, Ali, because I was last year at the Dortmund game in Montjuic, and I was on the pitch side, on the level of the pitch.
Yes.
And then I saw the intensity, not only from him, but from the whole team, but also especially Jamal, when he was turning, his quickness, his feet, his awareness was unbelievable. And I said when I came back to the academy of Ajax, I said, it's almost compulsory to go to see the games like this on this level on the sideline. Then you realize, this is the top of the top.
Yeah, Ronald, what about the English sides? Who is the biggest danger to the likes of PSG, Real Madrid, and Barcelona? Would it be Arsenal now, or is it still City or Liverpool?
I mean, all three teams are great teams, and some, for example, City. You think they're not so brilliant as before, but still okay. I think they're climbing up the stairs at the moment. Liverpool, you have the feeling that they're climbing down a little bit, but I think it's just a matter of time because they have so many great players. It's just fitting in the new players right, and but at the moment, I think Arsenal, what you're saying, they are unbelievable. With all on the ball, but with set pieces, the corners is incredible. But overall, they're playing really, really well. So I agree with you. They are one of the favourites to win the Champions League.
No, I was just going to say, I ask you about the Dutch sides at the moment. Feyenoord are sitting top. Ajax had a sore one last night, Donald.
What do you say?
I know. It's a sore one for you, that
shocking.
mate. And I think, obviously, Ajax are a sore one against Marseille, PSV. I've got their game tonight. How are Ajax looking this year, Donald?
At the moment, very bad. Of course, John Heidegger, he was the assistant coach of Arne Slot at Liverpool. He took over. He's, of course, an Ajax icon, and at the moment, his team is not performing well. Although in the league he didn't lose, but he drew three times. Didn't win one away game yet. So it's crisis in Amsterdam. Because especially we want more than only results in Amsterdam. But people want to be entertained, and that is something what's definitely not happening. So it's stress for for Heitinga. And I think you have to give him a little bit more time, in my opinion, because not every player who he has is able to play 90 minutes because there are a lot of injuries. I think if everybody's fit, I think then you can really judge him. But the pressure is unbelievable high, especially after yesterday with 4-0. It was horrifying as an Ajax fan.
Yeah. Crisis in Amsterdam, Ronald, and crisis in Govan and Glasgow. What's happened to your Rangers?
Ronald, before you answer that question, I don't know if you can see him, but he had a smile on his face when he said that, Ronald. That's the problem we've got.
But hey, we will do the same, Ellie. We will do the same. So, but it's something that goes also
incredible, isn't it? Incredible.
It's terrible. As a blue nose, but I've got a blue heart. It's I always I don't see the match often, but when you see the results every time again, and it's they also, like with Ajax, they say they are in a process, but how long will that process continue? And it's shocking.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no word for it, and but it seems like they are still quite, how do you say that? Easy on him, on Russell, because I don't see the really they say, we have to sack him or whatever, because it's now how many games? I think he lost already so many games in the league. So now Champions League, it's hard times.
Yeah,
definitely.
Listen, Ronald, great to talk to you.
Look
Keep the
to
golf up.
soon.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you,
care,
Ronald.
mate.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Ronald de Boer there, a couple of great players, weren't they, the brothers? Great players.
Tremendous players. What, I mean, that era as well, Gio and they just had a great team.
Laudrup as well, remember?
Laudrup was some player.
Oh, dear.
Laudrup was some player. But at that time, you boys had Di Canio and boys like that. I love Di Canio.
Well, you look at it now, look with the greatest respect to the Premier League in Scotland, the SPL. You look at those days and then you look now. Is it just down to money, Ali? Seriously?
A lot of
lack
it is. A lot of it is. It's got to be. Lack of money, lack of finance. I mean, it's just a different, completely different one. The Championship down here are getting far more.
I know.
Scotland.
Right, coming up next, we'll ask the Man City legend Paul Dickov. He is no blue nose. Whether Man City's chances of winning the Premier League and Champions League are unfairly being ruled out. 9 minutes before 9 o'clock. Can anyone get him a new computer? Because there's something he's
wrong with
it. It's giving you duff information.
No chance. We'll ask him when he comes on.
All right, we will do. talkSPORT's Breakfast with Ali. Now it's been a strange start of the season for Pep's Man City. 3 wins from 6 in the league. Questions have been asked whether City are truly back to their brilliant best. Are they getting there? Speaking ahead of Monaco versus City tonight, live on talkSPORT 2, Pep has eased expectations when asked if City are capable of winning big trophies again.
Last season was not good. Life is not good. People can think about it, but Adam said it's not important. Important is if we go through and we get better and better, we'll be a contender. But you have to deserve it. Last season when we started, we were a contender, right? When we started, look what happened. We finished 23 for 24. So step by step. So we make the first 3 points. Last season against Inter, we could not do that. We go to the top side like Napoli. And now we have this opportunity, you have to win at home all the games and win 1 or 2 games away, to qualify until the first 8, and then we have to do step by step. So I don't think further than that. And after Brentford international break, and we'll see, hopefully after Brentford we will have many players back. Cherky will be back, Rainuria will be back, Kusanov will be back, hopefully Omar will be back. So many players will be back, and will be to handle every 3 days, 4 days of competition will be top.
It's not as easy as what I'm going to make out now, but if I'm Pep, I'm like saying to the players, get the ball to the big fella up front.
He's flying, isn't he? He's flying.
He is back, isn't he?
His goal at Arsenal was superb. Also, he just looks as though he's got, I don't know, I want to say a newfound energy, but even defensively, when he went off...
He looks angry now,
when he went off, when he gets substituted against the Arsenal, I thought they've actually taken away one of their better defenders as well, because, he's playing well.
Set pieces. Let's get a bit more on City then, and the game tonight against Monaco. I think they'll be fine. And crossover former City striker, Paul Dickhoff. Paul, a very good morning.
Paul, good morning.
Morning, Ali. Morning, Alan. How are you?
Paul, he is spreading malicious gossip here about you, by the way.
Paul, you need to put him right, mate. You need to put him right.
You've got me a bit worried now.
No, it's fine, mate. He's trying to kid the nation on that you're a Celtic man, right? Now, I know fine well the wee man. I know where his bread's buttered. His bread's buttered in Govan.
It's not very often I think Alan's right, but he's 100% right on this, Ali. I'm sorry, mate.
He's trying to give me,
Paul,
there's no Celtic supporters in Livingston. I'm like, what?
Paul, you kill yourself laughing. See, look him up. So I've looked up on Google and I've just started reading this made-up story about you going to school in Livingston and your dad taking you to Ibrox.
Hey, Ali, my dad tried to take us. My dad was actually a Rangers fan.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Did you get dropped? Did your mum drop you as a baby?
What?
That was funny, mate. Listen, we're on.
So there you go.
Brilliant. We'll talk things City, mate. What about the start of the fight? I was a little bit concerned. I was up for the what game was it? A Tottenham game. I was a wee bit concerned. But the one thing that Alan and I'm sure you're probably in total agreement, the form of the big centre forward, he looks as good as he's ever been.
I couldn't agree more, Ali. I think, people stupidly are questioning him over the last couple of seasons about the amount of touches that he takes. But you look at the goals that he's got, it's up there with the very, very best. And I think this season, his whole forward plays came on an absolute ton. Yep. I think you touched on it there before. He looks like a proper leader this season, and his hold-up play is brilliant. He's backing into defenders. He's bringing others into play. And in both boxes, he's been absolutely outstanding. People talk about his goals, but defensively, you touched on it just before, Ali.
Yeah.
And set pieces are coming into the box. But City have been quite susceptible to the last couple of seasons. He's the one that's getting his head and everything. And alongside him, on absolute fire, looking as good as he always had. The big thing for me is Phil Foden back fit, guys. Yeah. He looks fresh. He looks hungry. Yeah. He looks back to the form that he was in when he won the Player of the Year a couple of seasons ago. People were on his back a little bit last season without really understanding the injuries and illness that he had, but he's come back this season looking super strong. I think the loss of Kevin De Bruyne and the creativity he gives you, I think Phil's really taking the responsibility and being the main man and being the one that wants to drag them through and create chances and score goals again.
Do you know, Paul, if we forget Europe, I know it's a big game tonight, but I think they'll see off Monaco tonight in the Principality. But in terms of the Premier League, Arsenal are looking strong. Liverpool are just looking a little bit dodgy at the back, aren't they? And if City can get the ball in quicker, a little bit quicker with quality into Haaland, I think City have got every chance this year. I really do.
I do. I was speaking to somebody the other day there, and I thought, City historically, when they won the 4 in a row and the treble season, they really kicked in after Christmas, January time. And I think if they can be there or thereabouts, not necessarily be top of the league, but come January, and Pep said there about the players, you still got Marmoush to come back, Kuzanov to come back, Nuri, Cherki to come back with the players that we've already spoke about. Jeremy Doku is on fire.
Yeah.
And then the other one for me is keeping Rodri fit, managing him through to Christmas time and then get into January. And that's when City historically and Pep's teams really, really kick in. I've seen signs already this season that they look good. Yeah, the Tottenham-Brighton game, they'll kick themselves in the foot about that. But coming back from that and the big week against beating Man United, Napoli, and then getting the draw at the Emirates, I think that they look as if they've got a bit of steeliness about them again,
and I think
which they haven't had for the last.
I think it's a wee bit of roll your sleeves up the weekend as well down at Brentford. They're the games they're going to try and put you under pressure, close you, stop you playing. You got it exactly. It's like Spurs going to Leeds. You're going to have to roll your sleeves up as well.
You do, and Brentford will be tough. It always is. Seeing what they've done to Man United at the weekend, but City first and foremost, if they're going to get anything out of the Brentford game, they're going to have to go and defend for their lives. Because one thing Brentford will do is put the ball in behind. They'll get it in the box, whether it be throw-ins, crosses, free kicks. But I just feel that City, they've got something a little bit different about them defensively this season than what they had previous.
Yeah, Paul, enjoy tonight.
Paul, we'll not be calling you again, by the way.
Thank you, Paul. I'll just leave it.
That's me done.
No, you're not done. Hail, Paul. Don't worry about that.
Well done, mate. Well done, mate.
Right, still to come. Get in there.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
That's amazing. His old man was an English supporter.
I never even knew that. I was making that whole thing up. That was brilliant, that.
But he is from Livingston, yeah?
Yeah.
He was from Livingston.
Yeah.
He was an apprentice with Ray.
Arsenal, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ray's a Celtic man as well.
No, Ray's a Rangers man.
I was about this time last year that Arsenal, Manchester United faltered. Liverpool were on a monster run to blow the title out of the water. Arsenal fans, have you got a good run of fixtures coming up this time to capitalise and get your necks in front? We want to hear from you. Don't forget, you can hear live commentary as well of Monaco City tonight, live on talkSPORT 2, kick-off at 8 o'clock. The number to call is 03 717 22 3344. Get your calls in. We're taking them next on talkSPORT. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins coming up to 9 o'clock.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players. The attitude towards the game, the attitude from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
Okay, 6 minutes past 9 o'clock, talkSPORT breakfast with Alan Brazil and Alistair McCoist. And our good friends at Arnold Clark get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. We're looking ahead at the Champions League now with TNT Sports.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the passion and the pain, the heroics and the heartbreak all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm going to focus on the Arsenal. They kicked off the Champions League campaign with a 2-0 it was, win over Bilbao in front of the watching Ally McCoist. But the build-up to tonight's game against Olympiacos is on talkSPORT. Has been dominated by Mikel Arteta, revealing he wants to speak to an RAF pilot to help him improve his communication, and therefore, what's that? Is that right? An RAF pilot?
I don't know.
Can you believe that?
Well, somebody told me yesterday.
Well, let me find out a little bit more about this. Let's talk to the Moose. So the Moose did what the Moose does and asked him about that, but he didn't get the answer he was hoping for.
How do you come up with these ideas? Because they're very out of the box. They're very left field. These ideas to improve your players with very different kind of ways of doing it.
Yeah, you're a bit late. That was 2 years ago. So the plane's already gone. I don't know where it is at the moment.
And Mikel Arteta, he's in good form at the moment.
Great form,
isn't he?
Did I tell you, did we sit down one?
No.
I went up to the Arsenal training ground. What a place that is, by the way. Holy moly. I mean, these places.
There was rumours they were going to build a new one, by the way.
Oh, I mean, it's fantastic. Went up to the kitchen as well. The kitchen, the wee Rangers man in the kitchen. That's
Oh, here we go.
Honestly.
Was he from Livingston as well? New Paul Dickoff star?
No, honestly, but the point I'm trying to make, brilliant. What a place. Went up and had a bit of lunch up there. It's fantastic. But in answer to your statement, yes, I think he's in a great place at this moment in time. He's relaxed. He's in good form. I think he's really, really happy with his team. Yeah, I think Arsenal are in a good place at the moment. Wouldn't you?
When did I? Yeah, I thought, was it 2 years ago? I thought they could win it, and they just had a blip and they blew it. But I think this year everything is pointing to them going either winning it or very, very close.
Oh, I agree. It's funny how I'll be honest, yet when we do our predictions, I fancy Liverpool at the start, right? But you know something?
Yeah.
It's actually after Liverpool beat Arsenal. I thought, there's something about Arsenal, you know.
What is it with Liverpool then? What are you worried about Liverpool? Because there's definitely something going on at the moment.
I'd say my biggest concern about Liverpool now would be an injury to the big fella at the back, who's just a different level. I think if Big Virgil get injured,
oh yeah,
I think they'll get. I also think David Raya's a great goalkeeper.
Well, should they go all out
also,
to buy Gay then?
They might obviously in December. They might.
January window, yeah.
Yeah, the January window. I just look at it. You imagine they get an injury to the big fella. You know, that's a massive problem for them, isn't it?
Well, let me take a call. Look, Arsenal fans, I find that I guess it's terrible doing this job. If you praise Arsenal, you get hammered from Spurs fans, you know, and vice versa. But there's no doubt about it. Arsenal are in great shape at the moment. The squad looks really strong, doesn't it? Defensively, set pieces. They're just unbelievable at set pieces, aren't they?
Oh,
week in, week out,
tremendous.
they keep doing it.
And they do it. But I've got to say, it's taken them long enough to find out that Declan Rice could take a set play in a corner. And his dead ball kicking's fantastic. But I watched them, and I watched them a lot last season. And it was interesting now, the corners for the right-hand side, you'd look at them and they'd have 3 or 4, maybe even 5 men away at the back post area in the 6-yard box. And I get it. And the flight would come in and then they'd start their movement and they'd start running across people, difficult to pick up in that area.
Do you think Gyökeres is good enough at the highest level when it comes down to quarter-final, semi-final?
We'll find out. I thought he was better at the weekend.
Right.
We'll find out.
Let me take a call. We're asking whether Liverpool's little blip opens the door now, because they look dodgy at the back, Liverpool, don't they? Can Arsenal take advantage and go on a big, big run? Clive is a gunner, has given us a call. Clive, good morning.
Morning, Clive.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you? You all right?
Very well, very well. So, Clive, before you answer, you've got Olympiacos, West Ham at home, Atletico, I think, at home, Fulham away, and Palace at home. So, you know, it could be harder. They're not easy, but it could be harder.
No, I mean, every game's a tough game these days. I mean, if you look at the West Ham game on Saturday, we dropped the ball there last season. We were at home and got beat 2-0.
Yeah.
So they need to. Well, I'm sure the focus is going to be on Saturday, where let's move West Ham away, close that down. I think Atletic's going to be quite a tough game at home because they look to be playing quite well, don't they?
But you said West Ham there last year. I remember that. I think Arsenal not battered them, but Arsenal.
By the way, I'll take
missed chance after chance.
I'll take it a step further. I think West Ham have won in the last 2 visits to the Emirates.
They have. Correct. So yes, but yeah, it's been very frustrating because I live in Sheffield. So it's a long way down when you're coming back on the train. You got beat by West Ham when you don't expect to get beat by West Ham.
Clive, tell me, what do you think's different this year about your side that can make the difference to win it?
I think now we've got a first choice bench. So sometimes, depending who he picks, the bench can be stronger than the team on the pitch.
Yeah.
In some cases. So whereas we didn't have that luxury last year, so we've now got, as he's now calling them, like Eddie Jones coined the phrase, his finishers.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I think that's how he's sort of plotting now. He's got put a first team out, and then he can bring on same quality or sometimes better quality players to finish the game off.
Yeah.
Because like on Sunday against Newcastle, when Martin came back on, he definitely changed. He definitely made a difference for us going forward. And Newcastle had something else to think about.
Yeah. Okay, Clive. So Clive's hopeful. What about Mo? Mo's a gunner. Hiya, Mo. Good morning.
How you doing, guys? You okay?
Good, well, mate.
Yeah,
Are you happy with your team, my friend?
Yes, but I mean, still I think Arteta, he got a little bit, get it wrong, I don't know why he put in Saliba on the bench in the first place. You got to deal with the height in the Newcastle, and you had to correct it in half time. And I think they got it wrong with the Gyökeres as well. I think you have to get the Šeško. He's going to be flopped, I mean, I know Gyökeres is not going to, it's slow. So it's not good for Premier League.
See, hold on a minute. Wait. Just so I've got this right. You'd rather have Šeško than Gyökeres?
100%.
Okay.
You could see that, touches, Šeško is faster, it's sharpness about him, but Gyökeres is not made for Premier League. You will see he's going to be flopped, okay?
Okay, Mo, thank you. So, Ali, how do you feel about that?
Well, I've not seen anything from Šeško.
Nor me. Not yet. Not yet. Give me a chance, but not yet.
Absolutely, that would make me make that decision.
Yeah, and I want Gyökeres to do well because he works his socks off. Right. I just worry that
I hear you.
At the semi-final, quarter-final, semi-final against the big boys, will he take half a chance?
I thought he'd better the weekend. I agree with what you're saying, totally. And, and it's the jury's out in that respect. We'll watch that one progress, see how it goes.
So, all right, here's Gyökeres, Isak, and
Isak.
Yeah, and Gyökeres, and the middle
Šeško.
one. The middle one. No. What's his name?
Ekitike.
Yes, Gyökeres third out of the three.
Well, this early stage.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, by the way, I'll tell you right now, at this early stage, I'm going Ekitike, Isak, and Gyökeres.
I'm going the other way. I'm going Isak, Ekitike, Gyökeres.
Do you think Isak, since he's gone to Liverpool, has been better? Well, wait a minute. Can I ask you a question? Oh, so you're the question's longer term, not on what we've seen. Listen, on the evidence that we've seen so far, it's got to be Ekitike, Isak, and Gyökeres. Now, it could change, and there's every chance it will change. But in what we've seen so far, there's no doubt that's it.
9:15.
Magic, pal.
Breakfast football preview on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Get the passion and the pain, the heroics and the heartbreak all in one place. TNT Sports, not normal. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I'll say it again. Happy birthday, Julie. 90 years old. Brilliant.
Fantastic.
That's the old dick there with his
You don't have it?
Bethnal Green accent.
You tell him you're not.
Murder.
Why?
Murder. But listen to him, that's not a Cockney accent, is it?
Give me that again.
No.
Somebody.
What?
Do you hear that?
No, what?
That's got to wind up. Somebody told me. No, that'll wind up. Dick Van Dyke is 99. I'm going to check.
Could be. No, he's very old. No, he's very, very old.
By the way, it's Dick Van Dyke's birthday in 2 months and he's 100.
Could be. No, he's very, very
Scandal,
old.
you're slating him. You're slating him live on
I'm
radio.
slating his accent.
The man's 100 in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. And he's American. He's not a Cockney. It was...
His accent was all right, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I mean, okay, if you're for Bethnal Green, you might give him a bit of stick, but everybody else is going to let him away with it, no?
No. He's always had stick for that. Don't worry about that. Anyway, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Alan Brazil, Ally McCoist, Julie Andrews, 90 today. Well done, Julie. Keep those calls coming in on the Arsenal. By the way, that chat was all thanks to TNT Sport. Ali's got big shares in that. Stream over 185 UEFA Champions League matches and every match of the Europa League and Conference League live with TNT Sports on Discovery. What? We got some big games coming up, haven't we? What we got? I had them a minute ago. Oh, crikey.
Look at
Where's the Thursday's games? Look, we've got too many bits of paper here, didn't we?
Hold on 2 seconds.
That's you. You're messing about with my table.
I've got goal for the year, Premier League here. Hold on, Premier League. Last night's result.
They were there. You've mixed them all up, haven't you?
Birmingham drew 2 each. Atlanta beat Bruges. Yeah, I've got them here. Right, you ready?
Right.
Liverpool and Arsenal's next 5 fixtures. Liverpool are at home to Chelsea. They play
Frankfurt.
They're away to Frankfurt. Home to Villa. Home to United at Brentford.
Oh, they've got Man United on the... Is it? I think they've got Man United.
On the 19th October.
So it's Chelsea away, right? We know about that.
Yes.
Then it's Liverpool, Man U at Anfield.
Yeah.
Then we go Frankfurt away,
Brentford
away. So 2
Villa at home,
tough ones.
Real Madrid at home.
Oh, yeah.
Arsenal have got tonight, obviously, home to Olympiacos, home to West Ham, away to Fulham.
That's not me.
What's that?
That's some numpty.
Oh, that's some numpty in there, isn't it? Look.
We're not doing it then. If they're going to take the mickey, we're not doing it.
Exactly.
No, we're not doing it. We'll move on.
No playing.
Keep those calls coming in on the Arsenal. By the way, that chat was all thanks. We've done that. Now, there's not a lot to cheer about at Sheffield, right? Let's from one end of the sphere to magnificent games and full houses. Not a lot to cheer about in the city of Sheffield, especially Wednesday. Currently, club owner Chansiri is single-handedly ruining the club, according to a lot of people. Not a penny was spent on transfers this summer in the window, while an embargo has been placed on the club until the end of 26-27 winter transfer window due to late payments. All that, remember, 13 senior first-team players left the club, mostly due unpaid wages. Yesterday, the Wednesday players were not paid for the 5th month out of the last 7. Despite that, Sheffield Wednesday were seconds away from beating Birmingham last night. So to understand the severity of the situation, from an owner's perspective, let's talk to owner and chairman of Newport County, Hugh Jenkins. Hugh, a very, very good morning.
Hugh, very good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hugh? Are you there, Hugh?
I'm here.
Right, we got you, Hugh. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Hugh. Hugh, it's we talk about extremes in football. We talk about the top Champions League, full houses, the likes of Barcelona, PSG tonight, and Arsenal involved, City involved. Some great, great games. There really is. And then we go back to domestic football. And Sheffield as a city at the moment is in a hell of a state. United bottom, and Wednesday can't play their players. So there's so many sides of football, and this is the horrible side. Whereas the fans, Hugh, at the moment, They don't know what's going on, do they? And I don't understand why the club just don't come clean and say, we've got a cash flow problem, we're going to solve it. The fans are in the dark. It's not good.
No, I understand, and I think, I think looking back over the ownership of Chansiri of the 10 years he's been there, I think a club the size of Sheffield Wednesday for a start, even when they were in the Championship and got relegated, and to be fair, got back up straight away, you wouldn't think an owner would have to really that club to that degree if he had perhaps a bit of knowledge and knowledge to run it better. That's my view. I think he came into it and he's been very naive, and he has chucked money at it. It got to the point exactly what you said. It's making sure that I think he's lost that communication with the fans, which is important.
Yeah.
And those things are vital as we know football.
Hugh, I mean, it's a very difficult question, probably impossible to answer. But where do we go from here now? If you try to put yourself in the shoes of Chansiri, what's the eventuality that there can be an acceptable and realistic and happy outcome for all parties?
It's I think to me he's put, as I said earlier, he's put a lot of money into it, but there's a realism unless he got the club into the Premier League, he was very unlikely to get his return. And I think if I was in his shoes now, obviously you'd be looking at doing a deal with somebody and getting a reasonable fair sum back for the club and moving on. I think he's got to that point, and there's very little, to me, very sense in continuing this any longer for everybody's benefit.
No. Is it get any sympathy, Hugh, from other Championship clubs and EFL clubs, or is it a case of, look, you got to do your homework, your due diligence, you know what you're getting into if you haven't got the funds behind it, or should the PFA do more? Can they do more to help? Hugh, sorry, mate, we've got a bad line, and we got bits and pieces of what you're saying. I appreciate your time, Hugh, but with the line's gone again. It's easy just to, Ali, thanks to Hugh there. It's very easy just to say PFA. Of course, PFA have got to help the players, but what about the fans? The fans deserve to know a little bit more what's going on, don't they?
Of course they do.
Barry Bannon came on the other day. He was great, but he even said, I don't know too much about
the thing,
it.
You don't, because that's the point I'm trying to make. You don't know, unless you're sitting inside the owner's head right now, you don't know where he is.
Mm.
Is he wanting to accept a bid to move on? Is he willing to accept a bid to move on?
Yeah.
Does he want to try and
cut your losses?
Yeah, but is he prepared to do that? Only he knows the answer to that question.
Barry was saying he speaks to the secretary, but he says the secretary's got limited knowledge of what's going on.
I don't know. No. Absolutely, it's a horrendous situation. Not just for the players, but generally speaking for the staff as much as anything, mate.
Yep. Okay. Hopefully, over the next week or so, things will get clearer, more clarity. Find out next how Stuart Pearce risks upsetting their loyal West Ham fans yesterday. What's that about?
Over the last few years, Formula One has gone from elitist and insular to a global entertainment brand. The transformation's down to American investment group Liberty Media, who cultivated a new image for the sport since buying it in 2016. Better access to drivers, improved content on social media, and tapping into the US market have given F1 a massive boost in both attention and revenues. But is everyone happy? The fans certainly are, as evidenced by Drive to Survive. Almost 7 million people per season have tuned in to get all the gossip and all the drama from the paddock. The extra exposure means the drivers can demand a higher salary too. In 2010, the top drivers were earning $20 million a year, which isn't bad. But now, the very best earn 3 times that, with Max Verstappen getting a whopping $65 million in 2025. But money doesn't always buy happiness. Some drivers, including Verstappen, don't like the pageantry the changes have brought about. In Las Vegas in 2023, Verstappen said the drivers were made to look like clowns, and the event was 99% performance and 1% race. Some purists who still watch the sport feel the same, and that the spirit of competition has suffered. But Formula One and Liberty Media don't look like slowing down anytime soon. So expect more races, major events and exclusive access in future.
Okay, 9:34. Do you know what? Next week I'm bringing my coat on.
Cold?
Cold. Freezing in here.
I know, but I don't mind it. A bit chilly.
Really?
Oh, it's far better being slightly chilly than boiling in the studio. No, I think so.
Oh, I don't think so. No. Honestly, freezing. talkSPORT Breakfast with Ali alongside me, and Arnold Clark gets £750 off any used electrical car or home charger. Now, West Ham fans, what is this story? Have become increasingly fed up with their owners. The fans believe the relationship began to break down when West Ham left their beloved bowling ground for the shiny new London Stadium. That was way back now in 2016. Can you believe that? 2016. However, former West Ham defender Stuart Pearce was on the station yesterday explaining why it was right to leave back then.
You've got 60-odd thousand people that are double passionate. Put me as a player out in that environment, you've got to thrive in it, surely. You have to. We had some brilliant nights in Europe and whatever, and I think there's a narrative at the moment with the fans who don't like the stadium. End of. You know, and there's a mentality of harking back to the bowling ground that was bloody awful, by the way. It had character and it had history.
Awful in what way?
Oh, listen, it was dated. That's why you move stadiums, you know what I mean? So it's strange. Like, West Ham have moved from a sort of dated stadium at the bowling. I used to go in the 70s, like, and you know what I mean? Trying to get in there and out of there was hard work and that type of thing.
It's a difficult one. I know where Stuart's coming from here, but I love playing there.
Yeah.
Right? I love the games against West Ham.
Yeah, it's just a
whether it be youth team at Chadwell Heath or bowling
play.
ground. But I love Goodison. That's gone. I love White Hart Lane. That's gone. I loved Highbury. That's gone. Do you know what I mean? You have to move on sometimes.
Time stands still for no man. Right. Now, we loved those grounds. I still love going to... I loved going to Goodison last year. I love going to Burnley. I love going to places like that because it's I don't know, it's real. You know what I mean?
Dale used to be great.
But, you know, in terms of comfort and safety, these are features that in many ways, sadly, are kind of more important than atmosphere. Right?
Main road as well, the little houses there.
Now, if you can combine the both, then you've got it. The change in Arsenal's unbelievable. I mean, Arsenal's now got a great atmosphere at the Emirates, whereas before it was quiet. But now they've got a great atmosphere. Anfield will never change. Do you know what I mean? So I get the West Ham fans' disappointment in the terms of they've certainly struggled to replicate the atmosphere within the new stadium.
Were they whinging and that? Well, not whinging. Were they moaning and when they won the European trophy? Some of the home games there.
Oh, I know, but no. I think it's easy just to say that. There's no doubt about it. The atmosphere is not anywhere near the same in the new stadium as it was in the old.
Okay, this Saturday sees a pivotal moment for Scottish boxing as Collins takes on Laurenti for the EBU European Featherweight title. And later that night, two of the most dangerous men in combat sports, Mike Perry and Jeremy Stevenson, bare knuckle boxing. You can watch that live this Saturday on DAZN.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
There's another huge boxing event tonight out in Nigeria, and talkSPORT are right across it, Ali.
They certainly are. I've got to say, it's kind of went under the radar a little bit with me. African-American cruiserweights Brandon Glanton and Marcus Brown head up the card with familiar name Dan Aziz also involved. Special guests include Moses Atuma, Lawrence Nkoli and Dan Adderley are also out there to show support for the event, and I'm glad to say we're now joined by the British heavyweight David Adderley right now. David, how are you first of all, and can you answer this question? Have I got this correct, mate? Is this still the same venture that Amir Khan was involved in?
Morning. Yeah, I'm good, and yeah, it is Amir Khan promotion are involved, and it's in conjunction with Barmore Promotions, which is an African promoter. So yeah, they're doing it together. And how is it out there? How's the atmosphere out there? Are the fans taking to it? Is there a great interest in it, mate? Yeah, they are. You know, it's the first time a boxing events happen like this in Nigeria for a very, very long time. So a lot of them are warming to it. And yeah, it's a good experience. I think everyone's enjoying it. They got quite a lot of media covering it. They've of course got this hotel full of guests for the fight. So I think everyone's kind of enjoying the process.
Now it's an interesting one. You know, we hear about Saudi a lot, don't we now? Nigeria. Yeah. Guys out there, Lawrence Okoli's out there in Nigeria, as is Moses Atuma. And the rumour flying about is that could be your next opponent. Would that be correct? Do you fancy a bit of Moses?
I'll take on anybody. David Adderley is not fearful of nobody. You know, he's a man that says yes to absolutely everything. But look, right now we're focusing on the main event that's today. We're enjoying it as guests, and yeah, they've got me doing some media for it, so I'm just taking that in.
Well, I'm having a quick look at you, mate, and you've got every right not to be scared of them, to be quite frank with you. I'm going to say something to you, my friend. Johnny Nelson was on Talk Boxing alongside Simon Jordan, and he reckoned this is what AJ should do next. Please listen to this with us.
I think, first of all, I don't think Jake Paul was ever going to happen.
No, I hope it doesn't.
I don't think it was ever going to happen. Even when Jake Paul was shouting out and Eddie kind of like propped it up.
It shouldn't, by the way.
It was never ever going to happen, number one. Number two, I think for Anthony Joshua, coming from a place of love, I think Anthony Joshua's got nothing else to prove in this game, and he should rather walk away than hang about and wait for someone to turn him over. It's either him and Tyson Fury, which we're all sick of. Is it happening or isn't happening? Or just walk out of it. He's a very comfortable, wealthy man.
There you are. What do you think of that, David? I mean, Johnny's effectively saying that AJ should walk away and retire. He's got nothing to prove. That won't happen, will it?
No, I don't think it will happen. I think AJ still got love for the sport. He talks about he still wants to fight next year. But I do get where he's coming from. He's saying he should more or less fight Tyson Fury, who's at the top of the tree as well, and sail off into the sunset, rather than waiting for another young, hungry fighter to come in and do something to kind of ruin his legacy. But AJ is not that sort of person, and he's obviously hungry and still wants to prove himself.
David, we're going to talk about the main event, of course, but I'm just intrigued, Atuma, you know, hungry young fighter. How do you beat this guy? He seems to dispatch his opponents so quickly. Is it a case of staying in there for a few rounds with him and, you know, let's see what he's got after 5-6 rounds?
Beat him by beating every other opponent by punching them in their mouth. I suppose that's what you've got to do.
What are you looking forward to over the next couple of days most, mate?
I'm looking forward to the event tonight. I'm looking forward to still being in the homeland, seeing everything, and that's more or less it. Look, I'm a fan right now, you know, I'm watching the fight as a fan. Of course, it's my homeland, but I feel like a guest there doing, they're treating us, so it's good. But yeah, you know, boxing is always a pleasure and there's full of surprises, so you never know how the next few days are going to go.
Well, listen, enjoy. It's always nice to go home, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The fashioners, they were Nigerian, weren't they? I think. Yeah. David, listen, have a great time, mate.
Thanks for joining us, mate. Enjoy it.
To talking to you later on, and hopefully with a big fight coming up as well. So there you go. Interesting, Lagos. You know, we keep hearing about Saudi all the time, don't we?
Well, I mean, let's be honest about it. One thing that we have had recently, we were moaning, you and I in particular, years ago, we weren't getting the big fights, we weren't seeing the big fights, and all we wanted to do as boxing fans was get the big fights. And to be fair, a lot of them have been provided in Saudi.
Just a quick one on AJ, Johnny Nelson saying that should be it. I'm sort of agreeing with him, to be honest.
Yeah,
But
you might have a point, but it won't happen. He'll have a fight somewhere.
Will he?
Yeah.
Right. There you go. So how much does AJ have left? It's been interesting. Martin Bacoli has been rumoured to be fighting AJ. It'd be interesting to see how that was to go. And also, don't forget, the one I'm really looking forward to is Eubank Ben, the rematch. That's
funny enough, I've got to say, I was against it, right?
Oh, well, yeah. That's the one I wanted.
I was really against it. And then I watched the first fight, and I loved it. I genuinely thought it was one of the best fights I've seen in a long time. Years, in fact. And then I'm thinking to myself, right, that'll do me. I don't want to see it again. And as part of me still not too keen in it happening, but listen, I'll be the first one that sits down with a cup of tea and watches it. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, that was British heavyweight David Adelaide, who is out in Lagos, Nigeria for tonight's event, which you can stream it on talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. And it's Nigerian Independence Day today, so a massive event and a huge day for the country. So good luck to them over there. Here in exclusively from the brilliant Matthew McConaughey. Okay, 12 minutes to 10 o'clock. Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, you can't.
A lot of texts and emails coming in. Listen, David, clearly the big fella, David.
Looking forward to
back in Lagos, and it will be a great night, Independence Day. But I think he had other things in his mind, didn't he? Out talking to you and me.
Aye.
Mind you, I kept looking at that right bicep.
Oh.
That right bicep. I wouldn't fancy a jab off that.
No, you wouldn't. He looked well, didn't he? Looked the real deal, didn't he? I wouldn't be telling him that. Just as well as in Lagos.
I'm keeping away from him. Right, where are we going now? Right, you can hear that. No, let's start again. Because this guy's a top guy. talkSPORT breakfast. Right, we can hear the brilliant actor, American actor. He was on the telly the other day, wasn't it, the other night? Matthew McConaughey's brilliant on the Ryan Tubridy show on Virgin Radio. Ryan's good. This morning from 10 a.m. to chat about his new film, The Lost Bus, on Apple TV+. Remember him in... what was it? He was on with DiCaprio, wasn't he? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
boom, boom.
the one from Wall Street.
Yeah, exactly. When he's boom, 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 when he kept punching.
I know.
Magic. But by all accounts, he does that anyway.
Does he?
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. I
do.
mean, DiCaprio was brilliant, isn't he?
Ryan asked him about how he came to own an MLS team and how he sees the World Cup growing support for the sport in the US. Have a listen.
Well, I got more involved in soccer because I married a Brazilian. It's a mandatory watching. The kids went in and played soccer. They have some of the mama's Brazilian blood in them. They got really good balance, man. And World Cup could be a huge media mover for soccer.
Taking
in
it
America.
into the third spot then.
We're bringing the world's coming. So my hunch is that there's going to be the general soccer fan in America that is going to become a rabid fan. When the World Cup comes, they're going to go, oh.
Yeah.
There's these different styles, these different colors, these different ways of playing. I love the World Cup because all the stereotypes you make about people in a country, they kind of, on the pitch, the style of play, you go, that's how they play,
The passionate Latin players and the
But it's wonderful.
Europeans.
It's such healthy tribalism.
In the goal.
It's got to go, innit? Soccer.
Yeah. By the way, there'll be record crowds there. It will be. It'll be a great World Cup to follow, I think.
Probably, but I tell you what, it'll not be cheap. Somebody was telling me the prices. I mean, it's diabolical.
Oh, really?
Oh,
you mean for a ticket for the game? Or
ticket for the game.
Or everything?
No, a ticket for the game. Somebody said they're absolutely outrageous.
So do you think this will advance American soccer, American football?
Go start that soccer.
I know that, but American football is NFL, isn't it?
Right. Well, it's logical. Why would you call football soccer, and when we call it football because it's played with the feet? I mean, it's...
But the World Series, baseball...
And they're the only ones in it. They're the only ones in it. How can they call it the World Series?
Because it was a newspaper or a magazine called the World Series, something like that.
Yeah, but by all accounts, the Koreans would beat them, and some of the Cubans would beat them anyway. At baseball, you didn't know that, did you?
Where'd you get that? Japanese, you mean?
Oh, Koreans and Japanese.
No, they're different nations.
Of course,
but
it's the same part of the world. It's the same part of the world is my point. Stop trying to get me into trouble, right? Same part of the world. Cuba, different class of the old baseball.
But there's not many people in Cuba, is there?
Of course there is.
No, there isn't. No.
Of course. Castro used to play back in the day.
You've been watching too many movies again, Havana.
Castro was a pitcher back in the day.
Name me another couple of cities in Cuba, apart from Havana.
Oh, you've always got a couple up your sleeve. There's one down the coast you can fly into.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale. No, that's in America.
No. By the way, do you know you don't let you into America if you've got a Cuban part? I'm dying to go to Cuba. I'd love to go to Havana.
But you got to go soon because it will eventually be commercialised, I'm pretty sure.
But, I mean, it affects you getting into America, or doesn't it, after it?
You can hear Ryan's full chat with Matthew McConaughey on Virgin Radio later this morning from 11. Now, there's a bit of an interesting story emerged yesterday regarding Newcastle and the signing of new number 9, Voltamed. One of Bayern Munich's well-regarded board members, and he was a legend, this guy, legendary striker Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, congratulated Stuttgart for finding, this is not my words, for finding an idiot who will pay that much money, and stressed we would have certainly not done that during a recent interview. Oh dear. Eddie Howe, speaking in his press conference yesterday, responded to these comments and quickly shut them down. Have a listen to Eddie.
I always think with these types of things, it's irrelevant really. The market forces dictate transfer fees, not necessarily any one club. We're very pleased to have Nick with us. I think he started very strongly in what's been a difficult period for him because he's thrust straight into action. No training time with us really of any note, and I think he's done really, really well. So we're really pleased to have him with us, and the transfer fee for me is absolutely irrelevant.
Well said, Eddie. And I just feel, listen, I've got Rummenigge was a great footballer for me. Top class.
Of course he was. He was sensational.
And maybe,
Let
I don't
himself
know,
down there.
he has, but maybe it's lost in translation.
You'd hope so.
Finding an idiot who will pay that much. Well, that's very disrespecting to the player for a start, isn't it?
You can't be saying that. I don't care what anybody says.
No.
Rummenigge was a tremendous player, but if those quotes that have been attributed to him are correct, out of order, totally out of order, and once again, Eddie Howe handling it perfectly.
Well, Bayern were in from, weren't they? Are they a bit jealous that Newcastle got them, or?
I don't know. I just find it staggering that he would use that vocabulary.
Yeah.
You know, that is classless, isn't it? From a classic.
So what's happening today, pal?
I've got a bit of filming to do. And
filming?
Yes.
For who?
I'm heading over to the Arsenal this evening.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And I'm in the studio tomorrow. I might take a wee run in and see you tomorrow. Who are you in with tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be Gabby.
I might come in and see for 20 minutes.
Oh, you say that now.
I might have a long lie. I don't know.
And then Ray on Friday.
How's he getting on? I've not seen Ray for ages.
No, he's very busy.
I speak to him every week on that because he always puts his message on Sunday and I always get back to him on a Sunday.
He's good as gold.
Keep him busy.
Very, very busy, and I mean very busy.
Good.
He's doing a lot with Arsenal, and he's still got his big lunches and stuff like that, and dinners. Again, he's doing a lot with Paul Merson, who's in great shape at the moment. Merson, a bit with Martin Keown, so they're
good. I'll see Martin tonight. I would imagine I'll probably see Martin tonight. Martin will be at the game
tonight. Will be good.
Fancy Arsenal.
There'll be a lot of away fans as well.
Well, they travel, don't they? You got to fancy.
Plus the Greeks in London.
Yeah, of course. Never thought about that. Fancy Arsenal? Yeah, comfortable.
I do. I think. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I was going to say it might be tough first 25, 30 minutes. Nah, I think Arsenal really the tails are up at the moment.
So do I. I think I play with a lot of confidence.
And the other games, what do you make of the other games?
Is it PSG Barcelona?
That's a game to watch, but we should be watching City Monaco or something like that, shouldn't we?
I'm with you. I just fancy City as well. I'm not sure how good Monaco are.
And Newcastle, I think Newcastle will be okay. They're not as potent away from home as they are at St James's, but I think they should be okay.
So do I.
So I'd expect them to win. I expect Arsenal to win. I expect City to win.
So we're going for 3 English.
Could be a little trouble. Right, I'm going back.
What are you doing today?
I'm going to listen. I have got a couple of things to do today. The big fella, look, he's out in Nigeria. He's out there for a bit of fun. Good luck to him, right? And hopefully we'll be talking about his next fight soon, that's for sure. Right, I'll have a great night. 3 minutes to 10 o'clock. Don't go away. Jim and Simon coming next.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Supporting van owners to get the job done. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.